Hello everyone, how do you do? We're going to be continuing the Wonder Woman stream. Well,
Woohoo.
podcast rather. And we've got Ilaria back to talk about it. How excited
Hello.
are you, Ilaria?
Very excited. Like I'm jumping on my seat, like up and down. Like I'm so excited.
Well, I'm hoping that it's not a, seat with wheels, because that could end up being quite problematic eventually.
Yeah, I'm quite aware of that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and we've got Amy here as well. Are you excited to talk about the rest of Wonder Woman?
Yeah, because that means we don't have to talk about it ever again. Woohoo!
Oh, I mean, are you implying that it's not a good film?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Right, I'm just gonna quickly turn off push to talk because it's really annoying me.
Okay.
So yeah, Wonder Woman. We left off. We're literally gonna be starting at the trench sequence, and I'm kind of excited. So I made the mistake of watching 1917 yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a very
I
good
still
film.
haven't watched it.
It is. But I'm. Oh yeah, because now the trench sequence will look even more awful than it was before.
Exactly, because that film handled trench warfare really well. And now we're about to watch the trench sequence in Wonder Woman, and I feel sorry for Wonder Woman, honestly.
I still have to watch 1917.
It's quite good.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, definitely worth the watch. Yeah, kind of harrowing sometimes because they're not afraid to
Well,
show you
yeah.
things, but visually it is stunning.
Very nice.
So, yeah. Well, now that there's two of us who have seen 1917 talking about Wonder Woman 1917, are you guys ready to continue? I mean, hopefully this won't go on for 3 hours. I feel like we've spoken quite a lot about the remainder of the film in the build-up to this moment, so hopefully we can breeze through it. But then again, who knows? Okay, so out of curiosity, prior to this conversation, rather, has your opinion of the film risen, lowered, or has it just been the same? I'm curious so far.
It hasn't really changed, but I imagine when I finally do watch 1917, I'll be like, oh my god, that scene was so much worse than I thought.
No, I mean, like, excluding 1917, like, as far as this conversation and Wonder Woman is concerned, like, has your opinion changed at all with regards to this film so far?
No, no.
Cool. And what about you, Ilaria?
Not since the time I watched it before this podcast.
Cool. Now, I was just curious to see.
And in my head, it was a very nicely made film. But then it's been years, and I rewatched it, and still I've enjoyed the film, but I can see that the film is not well made. And even more with this talk with you guys, because some things I didn't even think about. But I think that I should say is that after the talk the other night, my parents watched it with me the time I watched it before coming on the podcast, and I explained to them some of the points we talked about, and they're like, "Yeah, but it's part of the movie magic. You have to agree with it and just go with it." And I was like,
Nope.
"What is it? Is that not a problem for you?" And they're like, "No, it was still a nice film."
See, that's exactly how I feel with Mando. So,
Fair.
but Yeah, that's really interesting because like when I went to watch it in the cinema way back when, it was a mix of guys and girls, but all of the girls were like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, I felt so empowered by that film, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine. If the film managed to get you in that mood, mission accomplished in favor of the film." But if you're looking at it objectively, like we have been over the past 3.5 to 4 hours, well, it not much of it really holds up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really interesting. But then again, like we've quote unquote been kind of trained to look out for these things in a way because we do want to make films. So I guess we're a lot more cognizant of when things go awry in a film.
Yeah.
I'd like to imagine. So yeah, I just want to start off with that random question before we get on to the film. So, where we left off was the camp scene where Chief is telling Diana about the fact that Chris Pine's ancestors took their land from them in a quite blunt way. So, we are now in the next morning and we're about to head to the trench. But before that, we've got, wautisms going on and yeah, like horses are being whipped because they're stuck in the mud pit, I would say.
Yeah. It's like a mud puddle type thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, so all the equipment is all over the place. Followed by that, we've got... went a bit too far. Oh my god, the neighbors. It's almost like they know. So yeah, and then wounded soldiers and all of that. And Diana, being the questionably naive person that we've known her to be, wants to help them all. Like, okay, so we've just started, but big issues here. She's from a warrior clan, for all intents and purposes. So she must know that she can't help everyone, that there are priorities to war.
Then again, we did talk about this. It doesn't seem like they know anything about tactics. It just seems like they're like run in and attack everything. And that's pretty much the level of war they understand.
It's weird. I was thinking about it because I was writing the script for another video I'm making. I was thinking about 300 and I was like,
cool.
How the hell did 300 get better battle tactics than Wonder Woman? Like, that just kind of blew my mind. Because, like, even the 300 Spartans were thinking in that film. But, yeah, even then, like, it's basic common sense.
Dylan? Sorry, hello? I think you cut off a little bit there.
Oh,
you went quiet then, just for a second.
Okay, so what was the last thing you heard me say?
Oh my god, very good question. 300 had better war tactics and then it cut off, I think.
Oh my, how dare the internet do this to me.
Internet!
Damn you! But, yeah, because even if this is a warrior race that has no brains, common sense has to be a thing. It's war. You can't help everyone. Right?
Yeah, like the whole like sacrifices have to be made kind of thing.
Yeah, and like I get what they're trying to do here. It's like, oh, we're beating the naivety out of Diana, but again, because she's so inconsistent about what she knows, when you really think about it, she should know this, but she doesn't for some reason.
It's just like, oh look, convenient naivety.
But no, she knows all the positions for sex, so, priorities, I guess.
Yeah, maybe the warrior society there is all about sex. Who knows?
It's just sex and fighting. So,
yeah.
Aren't those the two things usually attributed to guys, just fighting and sex? Like, how, like...
Usually.
Like, did they just make the Amazons just men in women's bodies, because that would make a lot of sense if we're thinking about stereotypes.
Oh, that's
I think that's trying to give it too much credit.
Oh no.
I don't think they thought about this.
And this is why we can't answer these questions, unfortunately.
I genuinely think they only had the fact that she knows all the sex positions as a way to make her more appealing. And I think it was dumb.
I think the only reason that was there was for that joke in the boat. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Because
Not even that good a joke.
yeah, it's like it's the low-hanging fruit that they were going for, and they got it, and if you enjoyed it, great. But that's the thing, because it's there now, it creates a whole load of issues with regards to just what she knows, what she doesn't know, and how naive she is. So it's a joke that's better left not said in the grand scheme of things.
yeah.
But yeah, she realizes she can't help everyone, which is interesting. And we finally get to the trench.
Oh.
And oh my god, this timeline bar is absolutely annoying. But okay, so what was your first impression of the trench while I try to navigate?
One thing I was like, why is she doing that? The fact that at the beginning she unties her hair.
Before
Do you mean just
we go,
in general how they presented the trenches?
Yeah, I was talking more about the presentation of the trenches. We've got issues before that as well. So yeah, like in terms of presenting the trenches and what it's like over there, what did you guys think about it?
I feel like it was watered down a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we could think of multiple reasons why A could be age rating. No, gotta keep it to PG-13, superhero fun film, yay. But that also compounds the issue of why World War One? Because you're not going to be able to convey a accurate portrayal of the war.
No. It just seemed very weird, but yeah, it seemed watered down to me because it's like obviously that was horrendous in the trenches, and yeah, fair enough. Age rating can't really show too much horrifying stuff, but I still felt like why include it if you're not, gonna show the horror of it? It seemed a bit kind of like not really putting much respect towards how actually horrible it was.
Yeah, and I find it really weird how there was one part where they actually have civilians in the trenches, and I was like, that's weird. And the sole reason why she was there was, she's telling Diana that, war is bad. Because that's basically what she said. It's like, war is bad, they're killing people. Like, okay.
Like, we know.
She should know this by now. But, yeah, it's like the fact that there were civilians there mingling with the soldiers, which was not really something that happened in terms of World War One. It's usually civilians are there, get them to the rear as soon as possible, because machine gun fire is going to be coming at them.
Yeah.
To me, the whole thing was pretty much unrealistic.
Absolutely.
It was not realistic at all.
That's the key word here. Very unrealistic.
The only thing that made me think, this is war film, is the color grading, which is more down to the blue. That was it.
Yeah, literally. But then we were talking about 1917, and that doesn't have a conventional color grading as well. When it comes to a war scene.
Yeah, because it's a much better film.
Very true. Like, this has the color grading of Saving Private Ryan and about as much threat as a puppy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so she can't handle the fact that people are dying in war, which baffles me. And she's talking to Trevor saying, okay, look, we gotta help these people. And again, the order of priorities, this isn't even the first time she has confusion over the order of priorities. When she comes to London, she has it as well, where it's like, oh, hey, do you know what? you gotta take me to the front, to Ares. And Chris Pine's like, no, I gotta do this first so that we have a chance, you know? But,
Yeah.
like, here, it's not even naive. It's just stupidity. Because, like, there's an order to the list of things that you do. And the first thing they're trying to do is stop the war, and sometimes you gotta curtail different route in order to do that, and that's what they're trying to do, to save as many lives as possible. And she's just, for some reason, not getting it. It's weird. But sex is fine, though.
I don't know if that's kind of trying to show her arrogantness a little bit. Like, she's like, no, I'm gonna save everybody no matter what you say, kind of thing, and I'm in the right.
Kind of. Like,
But it, like, for it to, like, repeatedly just, like, slip her notice that, look, this shit's happening and you can't really do anything about it without, you know, maybe handling it a different way. It just gets to a point where it's like, is she just deliberately like, nah, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that?
or understand it, rather. But,
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird because, like, I think if I were to give the film any credit, which is a weird thing to say, is that like, she's seeing so many atrocities to the point where she can't handle it anymore, and she has to do something right now, because she's compelled to because of her good nature. But we barely saw any of that building up to this moment. We're an hour and 10 minutes in, and this feels like the first moment of character development we're getting. And we're more than halfway through the film. And also,
Yeah.
the second point I think they were trying to do is, it's weird how it just, maybe because I've seen so many films that try to do something similar, it's like they really emphasize that's no man's land. No one can cross no man's land. No man can do it. And it's like, okay, dude, I get it. I get you want the Lord of the Rings, no man can kill me moment. But you gotta earn it, bro. Lord of the Rings earned the shit out of that. Whereas here, the moment is held up with fucking twigs.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, well, I can't. It's like, well, wonderful for you.
Yeah, and it's like, imagine the Germans,
Idiot.
you know? Like, imagine the Germans thinking, okay, like, and this is the tail end of World War One as well. These are like 16, 17, 18-year-old kids in the German front lines. Like, they're thinking, oh, it's like we're doing our best to fight them off. It just sucks that the Brits got a fucking superhero on their side now, just rinsing them. And I'm like, oh, sucks to be you, I guess.
Yeah. Ugh.
But she
Sorry,
finally...
just sneezed a bit.
How could you? Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
But yes, she has the I am no man moment, and proceeds to walk right across, like,
I was just like, the level of audacity, bitch.
The level
What is going on? I think I outwardly went, what are you doing? Mikey looked at me like, are you okay?
I was laughing because I was like, the level of retardedness that incites this moment is like, because I didn't study in England. Like, did you guys go through the First World War during your history lessons?
Yeah.
I think they touched on it, yeah.
Okay,
No,
so
here they went into pretty deep because the area where I'm from, basically the mountains are like 40 minutes away. They fought World War One there.
oh,
So
sweet.
my mum talks about it a lot with me because my great granddad actually kept a diary from being in that war that he wasn't supposed to keep, but he did it anyway. So we have a diary of like what went down.
That's cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's very cool.
Okay, so because you guys know that much about it, you understand that the second you even peek out, you're gonna have like 5 snipers shoot you.
Yeah.
But
I was like, what the hell?
like
No.
it's weird how she's able to get like 5 or 6 steps of her supermodel catwalk before a single bullet comes after her. And I was just laughing so hard when I watched it recently. Like, oh my god, like use World War One as a setting if you want. I am perfectly alright with that. But if you're going to be treating it as a fucking joke, don't use it, please.
Yeah.
Also, it was so easy for her to get out of the trench. Like, just climbing a little ladder, just going up,
Yeah, like it's Monday morning and I need to do my stretches, so I need my space.
Typical Tuesday.
Like, it's borderline disrespectful. That's how I feel about it.
That's what I took away from it. I was like, if my mum was watching this, I could imagine her sitting there screaming at the TV, just like, what are you doing? Like, this is someone who got pissed off at the idea of, like COD games focusing on actual wars, because she was like, that's disrespectful. Which, I wouldn't say that, but I get where she's coming from. When I watched this, I was like, that's just kind of making it seem like, oh, all they had to do was get a superhero.
Yeah, I'm far more excusable when it comes to the Call of Duty or Modern Warfare or Medal of Honor games for doing that. Because, like, it's to go off on a bit of a tangent. The first Medal of Honor was actually developed by Steven Spielberg for the PlayStation, which is a weird tidbit. And the reason why he chose to develop it was because he wanted there to be a fun way of learning about the events of World War II, and I thought that was so cool.
No, that's why I like them, and that's usually my argument to my mum is like, but it's teaching people about these events, and
it encourages research from the
disrespecting
perspective of the gamers sometimes as well, because like there are certain events from like Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5, one of the two, where there were certain war stories, and I was like, oh, that sounds really cool, I'm going to do some research. So it encourages research if you're really interested in it. Yeah. So, whereas this is it's almost like, for example, you are using it as a filter. It's like you've got this really expensive skin from your pre-order, and you just kind of have to use it. Which is a really weird analogy now that I think about it. Conversely, I get why they did it. They wanted to have the empowering moment.
Yeah.
Context is key, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I was like, that just seems very icky to use that for an empowering moment of, well, I'm not a man. I was like, there needs to be, like, I'm sorry. I was just like, why did it have to be this bit? Like, there are plenty of other times where she could have been empowered.
Yeah, were you going to say something, Ilaria?
No, I agree with Amy. I mean, there was a whole film where she could have been empowered.
Before this moment and after this moment. It's weird.
Yeah.
I feel like they just went, oh, it's no man's land. Ha! We can make a joke by saying, I'm not. Now it's just like, angry.
Right. So, not only is she able to just stand up with no issue, the first bullet doesn't reach her until a good 5-10 seconds afterwards, which is incredible. And it's not even multiple bullets, it's just the one bullet, and I was just mouth open staring. It's incredible. But eventually they do start shooting, and there's this wonderful tool. They're called mortars, and they use explosives as projectiles. It's a great tool. But this film uses it to, and Wonder Woman uses her shield to just knock it off. And I'm like, that's not how it works. That's not how mortar shells work.
I was like, does she think her shield is like made of vibranium?
Yeah, because like mortar shells, to my knowledge, explode on impact, but the initial impact was at the shield, but the explosion happened after the block, and I'm just, again, laughter. This is an incredibly bad scene when you really go through it. So yes, she. Do you know what? To bring it back to Mando, I think David, OD David, original David, brought up the wonderful quote that Mando is wearing literal plot armor,
Yeah.
and Diana's shield is made of Beskar in this moment. I'm certain of it because all they're hitting is the fucking shield, and I cannot believe it. It's like there are other parts to her. You can aim there. It's fine.
Yeah. Like with the whole, oh, she was blocking every bullet. I was like, no, I'm sorry. There must have been one person there that thought, don't shoot at her arms because she's blocking the bullets.
Yeah, and then it's
They
only
have
after
snipers.
it's only after like the first 10 seconds of volleys that she crouches down to make herself smaller. And all the while, the men are coming up the trenches and no one's shooting them. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? It's
When I watched that bit, I was like, oh shit, she's gonna probably feel really bad because people have started following her and they're gonna die. And I was like, oh, never mind, they're not dying.
yeah, let's just skip over that part. We can't be having any of that gruesome stuff going on. It's but yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. They would shoot more.
Yeah.
They would shoot a hell of a lot more.
Other people we can kill, you
know. And it's weird. Like, Steve Trevor goes, she's deflecting the fire. She's taking all the fire. Let's go. And it's only the group that goes up. Everyone else is like, nah, bro, you're on your own. No one else follows them.
Like, I'm good. I don't want to die.
I guess
As of now, I counted around 10, but at the beginning, kind of. But one that I just saw now that it's pretty funny. One of the bullets hits the shield on her back. So I was like, where did that come from?
Oh my god. That's incredible. I don't even understand. But legitimately, this scene is held as one of the greatest scenes in the DCEU, by the way. Genuinely, people say that about this scene.
And not to like, I'm watching this scene and at some point it looks as if they're shooting lasers.
Genuinely.
I get what you mean.
Like, it is ridiculous. But yeah, and okay, so also, because, World War II was kind of rad to study, that's not how German trenches looked. 1917 got it perfect because it was very ordered, very clean pathways, electricity, the whole shebang going on. Like, German trenches were better than my apartment right now. It's weird how good it is. This film, it's like an abandoned warehouse that doesn't have a roof. It's weird. And I'm like, that's not what German trenches look like. Film, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, some of them you can still visit today. Even like the Italian trenches, they were like far less good than the German ones, but you can still visit them today. They're still in nice shape, let's say, and these don't look like it at all.
Yeah, they were built to last because of just how long you'd spend in the trenches.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if you're gonna use something from history, at least get it flipping right. Jesus.
Yeah, and it's weird because, like, World War One, it's a fascinating time to look at in terms of history, and it's funny how this film just kind of balked it all.
Just a little.
Yeah.
But
I
And
didn't
it's
think it was a matter of. Sorry, go on.
no. Go on, please. I
I
feel like
was-
I've been hogging it so far. So
I didn't think it was a matter of budget because it was Warner Bros. And it was DC. So it's not as if, oh, we don't have money to replicate the trenches just like they were really. So we're just going to make a kind of version of them.
Do you
They
know
had
what?
the money.
I'm gonna look up which had the bigger budget, 1917 or Wonder Woman. 1917 budget, $95 million. Okay. Wonder Woman 2017 budget is between 120 to 150 million. Well, that's illuminating.
Where did those money go?
I know, right? It's weird.
Did you do with the money?
Like, it's like the 50 Shades films, you know? Like, sometimes you can't believe that it's so hard to burn money that you just gotta make a bad film out of it.
The 50 Shades cost.
50 million the first film.
What?
Yeah, the first 50 Shades cost 50 million.
Wow.
Don't ask me how I know that off the top of my head, by the way. The second two cost 50 million together.
Eek.
So the totality of the three 50 Shades films cost 100 million in terms of production budget. It's weird how I know this, but there you go.
Yes, these are one. These are part of them.
But yeah, it's again, trench warfare is really hard to take even the front line of the trenches, but it's ridiculous how quickly they capture the German trenches before moving on. Literally seconds was all it took. And then she just jumps over and runs away.
Yeah, but she's one. They're like 1,000 in real life. There'll be 1,000 men there.
At least, yeah. And there are multiple lines of trenches behind just the front line. You can't just ignore the rest of them. There's a reason why they're so hard to take.
You know, like the thing is, it seems as if in those trenches there are like 50 people and they just escape.
Yeah.
So,
Like, literally, Wonder Woman just broke a single mounted machine gun and then just ran off to the city. And I'm like, that's not how trench warfare works.
what about the cannons as well?
Yeah, the Germans had plenty of cannons. Wow. Like, there's a reason why No Man's Land was so hard to take. But that was a pretty retarded battle, but the town sequence kind of takes the cake. Because at least the trench sequence, it was fleeting. It was a few seconds of time, and then we just swiftly move on. They spent a lot of time in the town, and you get to see a lot of the CGI work, and my god, it didn't hold up then. Like, even then I thought, wow, this is rough.
Yeah, the CGI in this film was just like, it's hard not to be distracted by it. Like, it completely took me out of the film.
Like, there was one instance where she was falling, lands, jumps, and then shoulder barges a tank, and her character model just looks so elastic. I was like, that's not Gal Gadot. Like, she's not that elastic. Elastigirl might be, but not her.
The thing is, I think as of now, it's kind of a trademark of DC, bad CGI, because I don't remember any DC film or any DC TV show where I thought, oh, that's some pretty neat CGI.
Yeah.
So I'd say so far, I don't know what the Zack Snyder cut is gonna look like. It looks decent, but it's only from the trailers. We'll see what happens there. Justice League.
Oh, the trailers.
Shit.
Oh dear. I saw the Joker, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm not gonna like this.
I was like,
We
what?
live in a society,
I
really?
know. I was laughing so
Really?
hard in that moment. Like I'm looking forward to seeing it, but that part made me laugh so hard.
I decided I'm going in blind because I don't want to watch any trailers and build
Oh, I'm
my.
sorry.
No, that's okay. I mean, like, I read about it, but I don't want to see anything because
That's
Gotcha.
fair.
I don't want to put my hopes up and then they're gonna be destroyed or yeah, you know.
That's fair.
The usual case. But if I had to pick, I'd say Batman v Superman had the best CGI in the DC film so far.
I can't remember it, so I'm gonna have to like rewatch it to see.
Which we will be doing
To see,
eventually.
yeah,
In a couple of
unfortunately.
weeks.
Yep.
Is it the one where there's Superman as Clark in the middle of a field?
Oh, that's Justice League.
I just said because that shot looks awful.
Oh god, yeah. Just the CGI in Justice League, the theatrical cut that came out a few years ago, is absolutely atrocious.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. But yeah, it's back to Wonder Woman. I've got it stopped in the warehouse sequence where she was fighting and beating up all the, recruits of the German army.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, Wonder Woman, like, you're kind of beating them up and killing some of them even.
Yeah.
These are like 16, 17-year-old recruits. Like, again, tail end of World War One.
Yeah.
And they're all being butchered by Diana. I'm like, oh, our hero.
Yeah. I was definitely like, so much for you want to save everybody.
Yeah, it's like she wants to save everyone except the Germans. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, so much for nuance.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, apparently so you don't mind killing them. But when it's other people dying, it's like, oh no, we must save them all. And it's like, but
Exactly.
you're quite happy to murder other people, probably not as you think. They're just doing what they're told.
Exactly. And she's so naive, she's convinced that they're all under Ares' influence.
Oh yeah.
So it's not even their choice. She's assuming that they're fighting because Ares is controlling them. So she's beating up innocent people right now.
You would think that she'd be like, oh shit, they're under the control of Ares. I might want to be a bit nicer to them. But no, she just beats the crap out of them.
Yeah, like slightly, like, non-lethal, but, stunning methods more than anything else. But, nah, she just kicks people right through the window at points. It's mental.
I do like her theme tune. I will say that. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Back when Hans Zimmer still gave a damn.
Yeah.
Because the work he did for Wonder Woman 84, which we will get to next week, or in a couple of days when this is being released. But yeah, his soundtrack for Wonder Woman 84 is utter garbage.
Oh dear.
Is it?
Stop.
There are a lot of reused work from other films in that soundtrack.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, this is kind of because, okay, two examples are they use music from BVS and they use music from that film Sunshine by Danny Boyle.
Oh wow.
In World War 84. Like, that's how reused it is.
I mean, I could get music from the same universe, but taking something completely different and put it in, I was like, no, that's a no.
Yeah, exactly. And from a completely different composer as well. Maybe Warner Brothers just has the rights to it or something, but when that song came on, I was just taken out of the film completely. And the BVS song, I was like, this is not the image I want in my head when I'm watching this sequence. So, we'll get to that eventually. Oh my god, Wonder Woman 84 is a funny film. But yeah, after she's done killing all the 18-year-olds in this scene, we come to the courtyard, where there's a tank and a sniper. You know what's really funny about the sniper? no one knew he was there, but he chose to shoot a complete civilian instead of, the people who just completely demolished your squad. And I'm like, if this was a game, that would be EXP farming. But right now, he had the option of either Steve or Diana in his sights, and he went for the civilian, and that logic just blows my mind. So, Ilaria. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I thought I said hello and nobody answered, so I was like, did everybody go?
Yeah, me too. I couldn't hear anything.
Wait,
Okay, good.
anything I said or what?
Anything at all?
Wait, so did I just go off on one and no one could hear me?
Probably, yeah.
Possibly.
What was the last thing you heard me say?
My voice has gone red. Okay, it's back again.
Okay, so Amy, I can hear you no problem, and Ilaria,
that's
I can hear you no problem. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so what was the last thing you heard me say?
We're in the courtyard.
Oh my god, all the way back then. Jeez, I've just been talking to myself most of this time.
Oh no.
But no, I was just saying that the sniper that they end up, leveling a church for had both Steve and Diana in his sights, but actively chooses to shoot a Randy civilian instead. And I find that kind of hilarious.
It is. Yeah. It's
Dumb.
Just all Ilaria can do is just sigh. Just
Big mood.
But okay, so what the courtyard fight with all of the tisms going on? What did you two think about it? Because I'm really curious.
I'm trying to remember. Is that the fight where they go shield and she jumps on the
That
shield
is
and
that
literally
fight.
just demolishes a building? I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, like it could be a historical monument. Who knows? But we took out that one sniper. Like
yeah. And the thing is, we saw her climb a tower early on. She could have done the same thing without needing to.
Oh my
destroy
god,
the
yeah.
building.
I didn't even think about that. God, that just makes it
She could have
worse.
done the same thing and then just fight the guy inside of the tower, and she would
That's
have
what I
won.
thought
We
she was
know
gonna
that.
do. I was like, oh, she's jumping up there to fight him. Oh no, she just took the whole building down. Never mind.
Yeah.
So, is it an Amazon's thing that they don't know about art and artistic value, so it's okay for them to just destroy a church that looks also actually pretty nice from the outside? And I bet there's really nice art inside of it. So,
Genuinely, like, that could have been a historical monument. Like, not even
Yeah.
the Germans destroyed that building, so let that sink in.
I missed what you said then. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying that, yeah, not even the Germans destroyed that building, so it could literally be a historical monument, but they just demolished it for one person.
Yeah, they're just like, nope, never mind. Down you come, building.
Oh, yeah. But it's
I
okay.
mean-
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, I'm thinking about the fact that I think there is a legend of mythology or something like that says that there's because they're in Belgium, right? They're supposed to be in Belgium.
Technically, yes, but this could be anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's this legend that says that in Belgium, it's either Belgium or France or the north of France, there is this church who was destroyed during the first the Great War, and inside one of the pillars or inside of the building, there was some kind of Jesus relic, like the blood of Christ or something like that, or something from the Middle Ages that was related to Christ and all that kind of stuff. And And I think DC has used this legend in some of their comics. So it could be a nod to that, but it could also be randomly.
Like, if it was a nod, it's not a good one. I
No.
can tell you that much.
But it wouldn't surprise me if, like, I think it's more for myself. Like, I'm trying to justify why she would ruin something like that. Something that's probably full of art and it's historical, something important for history, and she just destroyed it. So I'm trying to make sense of this whole thing, that maybe she was doing it for a greater cause, for then DC maybe some later on take this story again and say, oh, that was the church where the relic from the Crusades or whatever was inside, and it had to be destroyed because this other thing had to happen. I don't know. I'm just going off a tangent here.
Like that if that was the issue, okay, but it was Steve's plan.
Yeah.
He's just like, shield. She can jump off of it.
Yeah,
but again, Steve is the guy who maybe for the first in century you came in the barrier of the Amazon island, so maybe he's the chosen one for something.
He is King Arthur. See, that would have been something neat. But I think we already established in the previous podcast that DC didn't know their elbow from their ass at this point in time. So I doubt it's not like Marvel, where like even something as benign as Iron Man 3 and Age of Ultron ended up becoming relevant in like Civil War and stuff like that. So it's like it's a good try, Ilaria, honestly. Like, it makes this scene a little bit more interesting, but we gotta also consider the film it's in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it better for myself.
Just anything will do at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, after they destroy the holy relic, oh my god, do you know what? I'm just gonna let it play out for a moment. And bang. So yeah, it's okay. I have an issue with the fact that they even took a picture to begin with. Super secret spy mission. Let's take a picture together. Like, what? That's like Jason Bourne going into a fucking mall and just you know those booths where you go in and they take 4 pictures of you? Oh, yeah. That's like Jason Bourne doing one of those with his girlfriend. It's ridiculous.
I think it's even more problematic that a random guy took the picture and she didn't bat an eye when they said picture. Like, she knew what a picture was.
Oh my god, yeah. So what? She understands what a picture is, but doesn't. Oh my. This film. Once again, contributing to what they do or do not know.
I have no words, just...
It's the Flash.
What the hell? Either she's naive or she isn't. What are the rules, film? Also, I can't hear anybody. What's going on?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh no, I can't hear anyone.
Hello?
I can hear both of you.
Yeah, I can hear both of you.
Hello?
And it says...
Hello?
Okay, I can hear Ilaria.
These headphones.
Oh, headphone trouble. Oh no. Well, let's hope it gets sorted, because how's the connection for you, Ilaria? Because mine's saying it's all good.
Yeah, mine's saying it's all good as well.
One sec, guys, I'm just getting different headphones.
No problem. So what was the point we were making at that point?
The picture.
Picture, yes. So consistency in what she does or does not know is once again shattered.
Yeah.
But then again, she has no trouble understanding what a gun is as well. But she's never seen them being used before. Oh my god. Like, she's the fact that she is so selectively knowledgeable about things that are going to be vital in the plot is actually hurting my brain.
Yeah, kinda.
I'd really like to know, like, when the director explained the scene, how did she go, like, okay, so Diana knows this, but she doesn't know this other thing. So, that must be confusing for the actor.
Oh yeah.
We're under the assumption that they even had this conversation.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah, because like, I don't know if this was a thing that, like, do you remember when we were doing Polaroid, Ilaria?
Yes.
Like, there was this one instance where I can't remember if you were there for it or not while we were filming, but we were really talking to the performers, like, okay, so this is a reference for this because of A, B, C, D, F, G, and that's why your behavior is informed in such a way. Like, we went through all of that with the performers and things like, okay, and that really helped capture it on film. And it really helped alter their performance because they knew all the background information of all the references that we were putting on there. I don't think, like, not to toot our own horn, but I think we put more effort into our world building in Polaroid than these guys did in Wonder Woman with a $150 million budget.
Maybe, definitely on the script, because that script was complicated on itself, and it's all thanks to you, Dylan.
Oh, you're welcome. It was complicated, so maybe unnecessarily so.
But yeah, I know, I agree. Maybe there was more thought from us, or maybe there was more thought from them, and we don't know, and it just translated so badly on screen.
Yeah, because, like, the point that you brought up about the fact that, oh, it must have been confusing for the performers, like, because the level of information is so inconsistent, I genuinely do not think they had such a conversation. Because of just how inconsistent it is. Because if those conversations were had, we'd see a lot more consistency. And I don't think I've said consistency so much in a short period of time before.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, I forgot about this scene. The French dude is telling Diana that he's the wrong color to be an actor in 1917 or whatever. So, could have been interesting.
Could have been made like something that she's not aware of, because obviously it seems like everyone is treated more equally where she lives. But no, it's just like, I'm the wrong color. Next.
Yeah, it's like, imagine if she was like, exactly as you said, Amy, it's like, she just goes, what? Why can't you be this because of your color? And he just goes, yeah, I guess there's this thing called, well, not in such a blunt way, but, racism or something like that. Just have her process what the fuck he means by racism in the first place, because these times were kind of racist. It would have been really interesting.
It would have been really interesting because, again, naiveness
Exactly
definitely would have been,
and that would help.
That would make sense in that.
Exactly, and that would actually help in just how cynical she is in BVS. But no, the opportunity is not taken, because the Germans are the only bad people in this film. We can't be rocking the boat now, unfortunately. Yeah. So, they figure out to talk once more about coincidence propelling this narrative forward. It just so happens that General Ludendorff is miles away from them.
It's completely, he was in Turkey, then just gets to Belgium.
Yeah, it's like, he was in Turkey, he was somewhere in Europe, and now he's in Belgium in German High Command. And I'm like, oh, that's convenient that you knew this is exactly where he was, and that's where the... Like, once again, coincidence. None of the plot points that they're going through are earned as a result of storytelling and writing and characters going through difficulties. It's... We're in a tough spot, we're running out of time, Diana. Superhero mode.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, we've delayed it enough now. She can just go full super mode.
yeah, exactly. Like, the more I think about it, the more I imagine what a Wonder Woman trilogy in World War One would have looked like. Just all three films in World War One. The first one, she is hardcore naive. Second one, she's right in between. And by the end, she's just hardcore cynical, leading right onto BVS. And we just took the time to explore her character.
Wait, is there going to be another?
Oh yeah, they already
Oh,
greenlit
no.
the third Wonder Woman. Like Patty Jenkins, like before the second one came out, they greenlit it.
Where is this going to be set?
I have no clue. Genuinely, it could be 2064 for all I know.
That will be more interesting, and they could get away with many more things than they are doing if they still continue to set it in a time period that is happening or has already happened.
Because at this point, if they were to set it in the 90s or the noughties, it would only continue to contradict not only the Wonder Woman lore within this trilogy, but also the overall DC lore as well. Like, it's just contradictions upon contradictions. It's mental.
Absolutely.
That being said, I'm really looking forward to seeing how much of a trash fire it is. Like, at least, hopefully, it'll be a fun time. Much
Or
like
maybe
The
you
Room.
never know. It's going to surprise us and be an absolute masterpiece.
Not with this. Not if it's the same creators involved, and Patty Jenkins has full creative control. So I'm like, like it's weird.
I mean, she did Monster.
I know.
not
That's
forget
what's.
about that.
That's why I'm so confused. How did the woman who do Monster do these two films? I'm genuinely confused.
Maybe she's just not cut out for superheroes.
Maybe that has to be the reason. But then again, like, you would have never expected someone like James Gunn to do Guardians of the Galaxy when he was doing stuff like Slither and Scooby-Doo, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I forgot he worked on Slither.
Yeah, he directed Slither.
Did he? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it's one of his first directorial efforts, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like, that's the thing. At the end of the day, this is one of the few quotes I really like about Kevin Feige, is like, at the end of the day, what matters is how good of a storyteller you are. And if you're a good storyteller, it doesn't matter what the budget is. And
Yeah.
James Gunn is proof of that. You know, which is why I'm really excited for the Suicide Squad, because James Gunn is doing it.
Yeah,
But-
I'm pretty excited for that too.
But yeah, it's like, I don't understand what happened to Patty Jenkins in the time between Monster and Wonder Woman. I'm so confused. Like, how can this be the same woman?
I don't know. I mean, I will go read her biography on Wikipedia to see if something happened.
Okay, so every single time, Ilaria, you've gone to background knowledge, it's only helped destroy the film so much more, and
I
it's
know.
incredible. But yes, back to the actual film at hand. They find German High Command because of coincidence, and they spend the night dancing and drinking, which is cool, I guess. Okay, so I think we spoke about this in the previous podcast, but we spoke about her dancing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, we get to see her quote-unquote sway. But one thing see, this is me wishing and hoping once more for a better film. But you know that moment where she's just looking up and snow is falling and she's like, oh my god, snow autisms.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, right? It's like, like this is under the assumption that this film is like the first in a trilogy, and Diana is consistent with what she knows and does not know. Like, imagine if snow is coming down and she's like, oh, what we perceive to be snow is coming down, and she's like, oh my god, snow, and Steve just looks around with a grim face and says, actually, that's ash. Like, how much of a tonal shift would that be, and how much would it destroy Diana as a character? You know, like, there's so much destruction that something that is meant to be beautiful is actually something so horrific.
Yeah,
I think,
that would have been good.
yeah, I agree. It would have been much better than what the film is now.
Oh, like, this is making me want to do like what we did with The Planet, but with Wonder Woman.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah. But no blue this time.
Oh god, no. I'm already working on a Superman one, so
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
yeah, because I really want to do Superman, and I really don't want to work for Warner Brothers, so I'm just doing my own fan fiction version and just calling it a day. But yeah, the more.
Fun fact.
Oh yes.
Patty Jenkins tried to make a film with Ryan Gosling called I Am Superman in the time between Monster and Wonder Woman.
Oh no.
But it didn't get greenlit, and apparently he had no relation to the DC comic character. I know development ended when she became pregnant, and then she spent the next decade working in television. So that's what she did between Monster and Wonder Woman.
Oh,
Television broke her.
that's interesting. I wonder what TV she did.
According to Wikipedia, she did Arrested Development as a director for 1 episode, Entourage as a director for 2 episodes.
Oh, nice. Wait,
The
she did The
Killing?
Killing. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I love The Killing.
And then Betrayal, Exposed, and then this was after Wonder Woman. Another one is after Wonder Woman.
Holy crap, like, these aren't bad things.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything else except Wonder Woman seems like it's pretty good.
Like, I don't know. I can't. I don't know. That's all I. I don't know. But yeah, it's fascinating. So after snow comes down, they drink, they dance, and they do the do and have some sex.
Woo!
Yay. To be honest though, like, this romance is far more believable than the Superman and Lois romance in Man of Steel. I've always said that that romance is garbage. And I'm someone who loves Man of Steel, and I'm saying that romance was kind of trash.
I think the problem there was the lack of much chemistry between the two actors.
Yeah, there wasn't very much chemistry, was there?
I think that's mainly due to the fact that there was no time between them. Like, if we think about, now this is a tangent on Man of Steel, but when we think about the amount of scenes that they shared, they're shockingly little. And we're supposed to believe that they're in a relationship now and they're in love with each other. It's like, no, you gotta earn a relationship. You gotta spend a lot more time than 3 scenes with each other. So, like, that romance is something, like, that's why the original Superman 1 and Superman 2 did it really well. Superman 1 established the friendship. Superman 2 get the relationship going. There was time, there was effort being put into their relationship, and when it does happen, we believe it. Whereas in this, they started at Superman 1 when they first met and skipped right to the end of Superman 2. And I'm like, whoa, chill. Oh god, did I cut out again?
No.
Okay.
We're just processing what you said.
I was nodding, but then I realized you can't see me, so...
Oh, I do that.
Okay. Yeah, I do all sorts of hand movements and then just like throwing
No one can
motions.
see me.
But then I'm like, oh, but no one can see me. So at least I'm getting the exercise for the day.
True. I feel like with DC, they just don't know how to develop their characters. They're just like, we need to throw loads of stuff on the screen and then
It's the
expect it
filmmakers
to
that they're
work.
getting, rather, of the writing as well.
Yeah.
Like, to go back to Marvel, like, this really, these past two podcasts is really coming off like I'm a Marvel fanboy. I'm really not. It's just when they do something right, you gotta acknowledge it. Like, they did it
Yeah.
right. They took the
DC,
time.
like, I used to be more of a DC fan person than a Marvel one, and then just recently I've started enjoying Marvel more, just movie-wise, because the films are just such letdowns,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I mean,
No,
not,
no,
not
like,
everybody who likes them, but just felt like,
yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, I love Man of Steel, but I acknowledge there are so many flaws. And I love Batman v Superman, but my god, it's a trash fire.
yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, it's okay to like something that's bad. That's what I'm saying.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
My argument is that there hasn't been a good DC film since The Dark Knight. There, I said it.
True.
That's fair. I enjoyed Shazam.
Oh,
Yeah,
I keep
and
forgetting that
also-
exists.
Me too,
Um,
and also Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I had fun with Birds of Prey too. I know you don't like it, Dylan, but
Oh, worst of the DC films as far as I'm concerned.
fair enough.
But that's a conversation for 2 months from now.
Fair. But yeah, like I didn't have a problem. Well, I didn't mind Man of Steel, but Batman versus Superman I was just like, I am done, and I officially stopped watching DC movies after that one.
Well, wait till you see Suicide Squad. My god.
And Suicide Squad did just I was so mad after coming out of Suicide Squad, like literally in the cinema, I was just raging.
I was, I was like, this is a funny film. Like, look at them try.
That was a birthday present. Like my friends bought me tickets to go see that film for my birthday, and I was just like, I'm so mad.
I went at midnight, opening day. So, when we came out, we
You
were like,
ruined my birthday.
oh god, Suicide Squad. It's a ride, is what I'll say.
I didn't mind it.
Do you know what? I love Suicide Squad. It's a mess, and I kind of love it. But as far as objective filmmaking goes, calling it dumpster fire is insulting to dumpster fires.
I agree, but I don't know. I still enjoyed it because, yeah, as you said, it's fun. It's fun to
Yeah.
watch.
It's
All the scenes with Margot Robbie in it, and the rest of it, I'm just like, no.
oh my god! And then Will Smith going, "So what are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad?" I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" Well, I hope they paid you well.
Okay. And then I went and watched, I think it's a cartoon called Arkham Assault.
Oh
or
my
Assault
god!
on Arkham, and I was like, that's what they should have made into a film. That made a much better film.
Legit, Assault on Arkham is so good. A lot of the DC cartoons are really good. From
Yeah.
what I remember, I haven't seen them in a while. I think the last one I watched was The Killing Joke, and I was like, nope, I'm good. Goodbye. So, yeah. Oh yeah, fucking hell, Wonder Woman.
Back to one. DC
Right.
made us go on a tangent.
Oh, we'll have plenty of those.
Yeah.
But
Back to Wonder Woman.
yeah, so it's the next day, and they're about to set off to Belgium towards German High Command, and they're having this conversation about, oh, I don't have any more money, so you can leave. And then the guys are like, no, for reasons. I'm like, oh, okay. But it's like, that
This
part,
has been cut completely.
genuinely, this scene felt very indulgent. Like, this is a completely unnecessary scene that is eating up time for no
Yeah.
particular reason whatsoever. And I feel like the I think the only reason why they had it was because they had a neat moment with the Scotsman dude, where it's like he's having that PTSD moment, and it's like, oh, I don't think I should go, which damn right you shouldn't. He did jack shit in the previous battle.
Also,
And-
yeah, he's clearly having some mental health problems. So yeah,
He should not be there, because
no.
him having his PTSD-tisms could cost all of their lives. So no, he shouldn't be there for his safety and everyone else's safety. But then Diana just goes, oh, but who will sing to us? And I'm like, that's what this character is to you, woman? Like,
It's just like, what are you? Why?
like Scotsman went from a sharpshooter to a PTSD victim to a fucking jazz singer. And I'm like, what the fuck is this film? You could cut him from the entire film and nothing would change. That's how irrelevant he is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I think the story of the PTSD would have been interesting to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
genuinely, out of everyone in this group, Wonder Woman, Diana herself, is the least interesting character at this point. Everyone else has the potential to be so much better.
Yeah.
Also, again, I don't think Diana understands PTSD, so that would have been an interesting thing for her to like learn about.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Because, like, she's never experienced true war before, and she's never seen anyone go through PTSD because Amazons are a nebulous age.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would have been something. Like, each of these characters, with the chief and his homeland being taken, Frenchie with racism, Scott's dude with PTSD, so many
interesting.
things that Diana could have learned with her being like the audience surrogate and learning about these things, but none of it's used.
Yeah. Also, it would have been a really good tool for the audience because a lot of people don't understand PTSD.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But at least I have Violet Evergarden, so at least that's
This is
something.
true.
So yeah, they're riding on horseback to the German High Command, and everyone's just saying, "Oh, Diana's not really going after Ares," and it's like, "I believe in Ares because have you seen what that woman did yesterday?" It's like that's all the argument you need in this conversation. Like this is a non-conversation in the
Yeah.
most simplest of terms because they're like, "How did she do what she did?" Steve explains, boom, end of conversation. That should be an Ed. There's no need for Scott's dude to go, nah, I don't believe it. It's like, did you see her move yesterday, you dumb idiot?
Yeah. Just like, hello, she broke a building and she literally ran across no man's land by herself.
Yeah. Like, I get the writing is helping her, but that's still impressive.
Just imagine, like, she would make a really good company to tear down buildings.
Oh my god.
Building down, shield, okay.
Genuinely, imagine instead of working in a museum like in BVS or Justice League, she works for a demolition company and they just send her in to demolish buildings.
It's a gift. Why not use it?
That would make a much more interesting film, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, Diana in her ordinary day life, this one company knows about her, and they're like the most successful company because of how efficient they are, and they just send in Diana to just destroy a building.
Even better, it would be even better if it was some kind of mockumentary type of thing. So she's like getting interviews, like
Talking to camera, like in the office, just like, oh yeah,
exactly.
Oh my god.
just another day breaking buildings.
Imagine if it was a comedy like The Modern Family.
A sitcom. Oh, I would watch that.
It's like Wonder Woman and her day in the office, you know, and then you got an opening like like WandaVision going on. It's just
Oh yeah.
I won the show now.
I mean,
We should make this show.
yeah, that's great show. I mean, amazing. DC should take the opportunity and make something like this.
Oh my god, imagine. As soon as lockdown is done, it's just I just want to make something Just something.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I guess we gotta go back to talking about Wonder Woman. But hey, we've only got 40 minutes left.
Yay!
Oh wow! Yay! Yay!
But yeah, they find Jim in High Command next. Very easily, mind you.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, hi guys.
Yeah, and then Chief, out of nowhere, finds a car and just says, oh, there were loads of them over there.
Just chilling there.
Like, I get that there could be a car park. I get it. I do. But it's, once again, coincidence. It's mental how many instances of coincidence are needed in order to make this film functional as it is.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind coincidences in films, but come on, when it's like constantly, it's just like,
Like,
I'm sorry, it takes me out of it.
like coincidence can work. Like, if it's a matter of two things are bound to happen and they're gonna happen anyway, and coincidence either accelerates or decelerates when the thing happens, I'm okay with that because it's gonna happen anyway. But
or if like a rivalry starts because of a coincidental thing that happened, like that could work.
yeah, but that's the thing. You need to develop it. You need to make the writing surrounding the coincidence airtight so that it makes sense, which they don't do here.
I think the thing of coincidences could have been solved by some good editing, but then in order to do so, as a director, you need to think like an editor.
Yeah, you need to have at least the edit in mind. Because, like, editors can only do so much with it.
Yeah, but like this sequence, for example, of the car and all of them getting ready, it could have worked as a montage. You film it as a montage, it was perfect. But no, they had to explain everything.
Yeah, so you could have done this one of two ways. One, with the montage like you suggested, or expand the sequence, show them find the cars, how they're gonna get the cars, and like this could work either as a montage or as a significantly expanded scene.
Yeah, just a little bit of extra of the scene, just be like, oh look, cars.
Yeah, because we already know they're having a gala, because that's established beforehand, so they gotta find out where the cars are so that they can blend in with them. Like, this scene could have worked, but as we'll find out from this point onwards, the pace of the film just ramps up to like street race levels. And we just go from event really fast with barely any stopping time to process what's happening. And this is it for the next 40 minutes.
Poorly planned.
Very poorly planned. So, yeah. Like, I it's very presumptuous of me to think so, but I feel like we're putting more thought into this script than the actual writers and director did. It's what it feels like.
Yeah, but I hope for them that it was not the case. Like, I hope. Because, I mean, she did Monster. I'm sorry to go back to it, but she did Monster.
I know! That's what's so confusing.
I wonder if some random interviewer will ever ask her, what happened? Patty, what happened?
I want to ask her, I want to be like, what the heck happened to you? Did you forget how to plan films? Did you forget how to write them? Do you need to like maybe refresh your skills? Are you okay? Do you need a hug?
It's probably the hug thing, to be honest. Like, do you need a hug?
Or maybe it's the budget, maybe she doesn't know what to do with the budget.
There's so much money, what do I do with it? Oh, I know, the struggle. I wish.
Because she went from a film that the budget was 8 million to something that has an enormous budget.
Like, more than 10 times that, 20 times that budget.
Did she maybe just think, I have to use all of it?
No, even then, like, the budget is sorted out after the script breakdowns, so the budget is adjusted according to the script. So even then,
So the budget was just basically for the script shoot.
yeah, unless you have extensive reshoots like Justice League, where it ended up being like 300 million because they essentially made 2 films.
Yeah.
So, unless it's a severe case like that, more often than not, with enough planning, the budget is usually tailored to the script, which is why Marvel
That's-
is so efficient. Again, Marvel! Which is why films in general are efficient at a studio level. Or should be, at
Why it's
least.
so weird. That's why it's so weird.
I think it really is the case, like I mentioned in the previous podcast. I think this is a first draft.
And they've just not fixed it.
Yeah, it's like this is the first draft that someone like. It feels like I think Ryan Johnson mentioned in the Director and the Jedi, where it's like, yeah, 90% of what you saw in The Last Jedi was the first draft, and I was like, I can fucking tell, dude.
Yeah.
But this
Did
feels
nobody
exactly like it.
say? Like, did nobody say, is this a first draft, Patty? Do you need to maybe work on it a bit more?
But
Did
she didn't
nobody
write
read
it.
it?
She didn't
She
write it
didn't
though.
write
Sorry. Did nobody read it and go, this isn't done? Are you gonna finish it?
Oh my god, I was on Twitter the other day, and this YouTube channel, High Top Films, it's a funny film, a funny channel, but he did a video on Wonder Woman 84, praising it,
Alright.
and someone went, did you proofread your work? And he just got so defensive. It was really funny reading his tweets afterwards. It's like, how dare you assume I didn't redraft? I'm a writer. You should respect me as a writer. I was like, oh, dude, honey, if you have to justify it.
That's the thing, writers can still write badly. Just because you do it for a career or it's something you're interested in doesn't mean you can't do it badly.
Exactly, yeah. I have
Yeah.
plenty of bad days in the office.
I have days of just like no ideas whatsoever, and then I write the thing, and then I look at it, and I'm like, that's garbage, and then I don't write for a few days, and then I go back to it.
There's a reason why it takes so long for me to do video essays. Like, that's why Ilona Holmes Part 4, I don't know when it's going to come out, because I'm redrafting again, because I'm not happy with it. So, like,
Yeah.
fucking hell, it takes time to proofread.
Definitely. It just baffles me because it's like, surely, if it's a big, massive studio film, you would read the script and make sure it's airtight before you even do anything else.
I mean, I think that's the thing
Maybe I'm just being naive there.
I know, right? Because that's what you assume they do. But when you see these documentaries of how they made them, and I think Ryan Johnson is the biggest culprit when it comes to stuff like this, where he's saying 90% of the first draft is what you saw on screen. Like, if
Yeah.
that's what's encouraged, then fucking hell, you know? Like, that's why I'm so happy when something like Blind Manor comes out, where it's so
Yeah.
airtight.
Yeah, that worries me because it's like, okay, so does that mean basically if it's a big studio film, they're more than happy to just sacrifice the film being good as long as they make the product? In
I mean-
which case, I definitely don't want to work in Hollywood ever.
I mean, to be fair, Transformers.
Yeah,
Well, the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh my
that's
god.
like-
Fast and Furious is so funny. Like,
see, this just kind of makes me go, it looks like independent filmmaking, at least the people care about the films in that.
but
in
even
my
then, like, there are plenty of examples, like, fucking, what was it we just said? Well, Transformers and stuff like that, where they're clearly
Yeah.
just made to be popcorn fluff
Cash
that no
grab.
one thinks about. And
Yeah.
quality is nowhere near in anyone's mind, apparently. But when you hear people
Yeah.
like Michael Bay talk about Transformers, he genuinely cares about the franchise. For some
Yeah.
reason, he just can't make a good film out of it. So, and plus,
I
like,
guess,
oh, go on.
I was gonna say, I guess not too much not care, but not. They seem more than happy to just give people money to make
not a very good planned film. It
Hmm.
just baffles me. It's like, if you're going to give someone money to make a film, surely you'd want to make sure the film is going to be good.
I mean, from a Hollywood perspective, I guess the main issue is not whether a film is good or not, it's whether it will make money or not.
Yeah,
So
I suppose.
I guess it really does depend on which level of filmmaking you're in, because, like, for us, we're really talking about quality here. And I guess it's because we don't have that luxury of how much millions is it going to make. But even then, it's not guaranteed, you know? Like,
Not only how much million is it gonna make, but how much millions will you give me?
Yeah,
exactly.
basically.
So this is just going to go into a completely different conversation of how filmmaking politics work to begin with, and that's a whole other conversation we could have.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different beast to what we're used to. So,
Yeah.
and I think the best way we can understand it is to work in it, and I really have no interest in working in it anymore.
Yeah,
So I'm
no,
perfectly
me-
happy to do my
Yeah,
little thing
no.
here.
Yeah, I mean, it's already difficult for a woman to get into it. And also, I've not really heard of many non-binary filmmakers, so that would probably make it even more difficult for me.
I mean, you'd hope that they're going off of talent rather than genetics.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Like, I mean, it's this is another tangent, but it's like when the Oscars were like, oh, we're gonna be nominating films not based on quality but based on race and gender roles that are fulfilled within your film. And I'm like, if I were to go into the studio system and if I were to be nominated, is it because of my genetics that I had no control over, or is it because of my talent? I don't know anymore. So that's
Yeah.
another conversation we can have. All of these conversations more interesting than Wonder Woman, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are.
definitely.
But yeah, like the politics of Hollywood
Sorry
are
for
just
going off on the tangent.
No, it's an interesting tangent.
it's much more
Yeah.
interesting than the film. But yeah, it's like the politics of Hollywood are a completely different beast, and like that's another 5, 6, 7 hour conversation in itself. So
Yeah.
and that's come from a perspective of outsiders looking in rather than actually experiencing
Yeah.
it. So maybe it's completely different to what we think about. So
This is true.
my oh my. So yeah, Wonder Woman. We'll finish it, I swear. But
Excuse me.
how dare you? So they're in German High Command, and do you know what? This one time I thought, oh, we're gonna see Frenchie use his language skills and talk German or
No.
something. Hello?
Ah. Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes?
Okay. Amy, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Can you hear each other?
Yep.
Yeah?
Okay, fantastic. No, I was just saying that this scene where they're trying to get into German High Command would have been a really interesting scene where we get to see Frenchie really flex his negotiating skills and speaking German and stuff like that, because that's what has been set up. But no,
Yeah?
instead he just talks in English, because apparently everyone talks in English in World War One, in Belgium, in German High Command, in a gala
Well,
with international
This is-
dignitaries.
yeah, this is another problem of many American films. And I find it very annoying because
Imagine.
it's super annoying, especially like when they're in Italy, or they portray an Italian family, even Italian American, and then the way they speak is very stereotypical.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Oh.
or they like, there are in some films I've seen where there are Americans going on holiday in Italy and they approach old people and the old people speak English. I was like, no, they don't.
But like,
So-
when it comes to films, there are two things I'm okay with. Either have everyone speak English wholesale, don't make exceptions.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Like, don't be
or
like, oh, this person's good at this language, and then never have them speak it.
no, not even that. It's more assume that the film is universally translating everything for you.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that works too.
Or if like the reason why I brought that up is specifically because we had that scene in the pub where Frenchie is going off on many different languages with
Yeah.
Diana. So if you're gonna be
Yeah.
doing that, own it. And this is a great
Yeah.
scene to use it in because we haven't seen him really do much in this film. So how are you gonna get into German High Command? You got a sweet talker with you who can speak multiple languages. Go. But they don't do that. They just stick to English when it's set up that he can speak German.
Yeah. Like an
So
obvious.
those are the two extremes I'm okay with. The film here just flip-flops between the two when it's convenient. And it's, again, inconsistent. But yeah, like all complimenting what it is that you were bringing up, Ilaria, about the languages that people talk in Italy with visitors and the old people. That's what I was talking about, consistency. And
Yeah.
this film has none of it, as we've established over the past 6 hours of talking, over 5 hours of talking.
Yeah.
But they get in.
My point though was not only for this film, but for, I'd say, 85% of American films. They just assume everyone speaks English, but they don't. So
Or if they know they can't, they just speak louder and slower.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
that
fair-
does my head in.
To be
Don't
fair,
work in
Brits do
those.
it too, so not really
Yeah.
want to talk.
No, but it's still annoying.
Yeah. So the important thing about all of this is they get in without a hassle.
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice and easy.
And considering the fact that these are all dignitaries from Germany, this is German High Command, and the security guard is just letting them through because he can't. There's a line behind him, and there's no invitation here. Like in any other, if you're any security guard worth your salt, you would just tell them to fuck off. But no, this guy just lets them in, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, what's going on?
Like, is it his first day on the job?
I mean, to be fair, at this point in time, he's probably 16, so maybe. So yeah, they're in the gala, and Steve decides to talk to Dr. Poison. And I find it hilarious how him talking about fire destroying everything just really gets her horny.
Yeah, it's very like, oh my, okay.
Like, I think the way he described it was like to revel in entropy, and I was like, holy shit, like, fucking hell, guys. Like, you can't have it both grim and incredibly naive at the same time. Like, and what I mean by that is treating the trench sequence as if it is a piece of cake, but then also being grim enough to say that now disorder and chaos through flames is fine. It's like, whoa. But oh my god, this part made me laugh even in the trailers. But when Diana enters and the fact that the sword is under her dress, poking
Yeah.
out very visibly, I'm like, is
Like,
no one
okay.
concerned that she has a big, sharp, pointy object in this very valuable place?
Yeah. It's like, dude, she has a weapon,
It's like,
and it's not hidden very well.
no, it's
Also, that's gotta be uncomfortable.
I know, right? And she dances with it. Like, how? Like, it's
Yeah.
oh, and the fact that General Ludendorff is dancing with her and holding her in a really intimate way in the context of the dance, and not noticing that she has a huge fuck off sword behind her. I find it
Yeah.
pretty fucking hilarious.
It is rather funny. It's like, how is he not noticing that?
I mean, to be fair, maybe his circulation was cut off when he got beaten up by
Oh.
Wolverine.
maybe. Who knows?
Or maybe he
Yeah.
got distracted because, I mean, Gal Gadot is very pretty.
I mean, to be fair, she could stab me and I'll still say you're beautiful, so. Or maybe it's the Flash.
It's the
always
Flash.
the Flash.
But,
Damn him.
and this scene just speaks to just the sheer level of stupidity she is operating under, because she was gonna cut him down right there on the dance floor. And
Yeah, just why?
and she's very adamant that she's gonna kill him in that moment. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Steve right here in this moment is a better hero than Wonder Woman is in the Wonder Woman film.
Probably, yeah.
Because I can't. It's just like, you gotta do something really, you gotta really fuck up to make your side character more heroic than your title character.
Yeah, I have no words left for this film at this
I
point.
think
I
we're
struggle.
exhausted.
Oh, but we haven't even gotten to the finale yet. Oh, and that's when things really go off the rails. Gee. But yeah, it's like, you'd think, considering she was so hardcore about killing him in this exact moment, like, and Steve is the one holding her back, preventing her from going. She's strong enough to climb herself while shattering a wall. She's strong enough to demolish a tank, to demolish a church. Are you really telling me that she's not strong enough to push him to the side and kill him anyway? I find it odd that Steve is strong enough to hold her back in this moment.
Yeah. I don't buy it. If she's that angry and adamant, she would have just been like, "Get out my way, Steve."
She could flick him and he wouldn't be able to
Like,
stop her
yeah.
at this point in time, based on the power levels she's established to have.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, her power levels, they keep going up and down, and you don't understand why.
Just like everything else in this film, they just
Yeah.
fluctuate according to convenience. But yeah, that's true though, because in one scene, like, she's weak enough to be scraped by a bullet, but in the next scene she's fine having a building fall on her.
Yeah. She's like, "What? I'm good. Walk it off."
Yeah, because not gonna lie, one of them hurts a little bit more than the other. Not
Just a
sure if you knew
tad.
that. You know?
No, having a building fall on you, that just like tickles, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's like a house full of feathers, you know? Like, oh. But then she runs away and they shoot the gas tank at the village. You know, the village we spent about 2 minutes in without actually, you know,
Anything?
learning about any of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking, right? Trilogy moment. Imagine, imagine if the first film ended after the trench sequence, but, you know, an actual earned trench sequence where it's dragged out and they really have to earn it, and then that night with the snow and shit like that is where the first film ended. And this scene where the entire village, after a whole film of maneuvering, winning small battles and all of that in and around the area, you know, the Germans get word this village is dangerous and that's why it's bombed, and she's like, holy shit, because I stayed here for so long and all these people are dead because I chose to make this my home base instead of moving on. Like, how much more of an impact would that have as a character ending the film here and then moving on to the third film where she actually defeats quote-unquote Ares? It's like, we're getting character. That's what's frustrating about this film. The individual plot points with the appropriate amount of time can make a good film, or can make a series of films, but it's all crammed into this one film in such a haphazard way. The more I think about it, the more it's pissing me off at the wasted potential here.
The thing is, you're describing a better film. Like, you're describing something that, if this thing I checked on Rotten Tomatoes, this thing has got like 95%.
Holy shit, it's 95.
Yeah,
That's
something like that.
surprising.
It's very, very high. I will check again, but this thing, I can only imagine what you're describing will be something like 100. Like,
Oh.
it's crazy. 93. Sorry,
93.
93%.
Good God.
You want to know what the second got?
Oh,
50 something, wasn't it?
it got 50
yeah,
something. I was
59.
expecting like 30 or something like that.
Wait.
With how bad.
It was 60 something.
What?
59.
Oh, 59. Okay.
What? Even that, I wouldn't have expected it to be that high.
Okay. So 59.
Would have been funny if it was 69, but also.
Oh, 59 though. Like, in terms of writing, Wonder Woman 84 is like a 2 out of 10 for writing alone.
Yeah.
I'm not excited to watch this film.
Do you know what though? Like, it's a bad film, but Pedro Pascal's performance is kind of engaging. I will give it that.
I'll just enjoy Pedro Pascal in it then.
Yeah.
I like him.
Oh, like he was kind of fun to watch in that film. So, like, that's the weird part. Like, Wonder Woman 84 is a much more fun film because of Pedro Pascal, but Wonder Woman 2017 is a slightly, I say slightly in the loosest of terms, but slightly more coherent film.
That's. I'm not giving it a good bar, really.
Yeah, I'm curious if you guys would be up for doing this, but after we're done talking about each film, we'll try and rank the DC films according to how good they are, and we'll try to see if we can come up with a consensus of where they rank when stacked up against each other.
Okay.
Does that sound like something fun?
That sounds
It
like
does.
fun.
Yay! Because I'm really curious to see where these films end up being after we're done talking about them. Ilaria's like, oh, not very well.
Yeah, no,
Gonna be put in really bad tier.
It's like, you know,
It's
those.
gonna be bad, worst tier, garbage tier.
Oh, and then like Justice League 2017 is just a tier by itself at the bottom.
Yeah, it's just on its own. Like less than, like you get the food chart, the food chain, and it's just there, like right underneath everything.
Oh my god! Speaking about tier charts, I saw something on Reddit a while back, and like in The Last of Us Part 2, you got character rankings and tier lists, like S A B C D E F Abby.
Yeah.
I thought
Just
that was well cool. Oh. Yeah, it's odd how we keep getting distracted by other things.
Because other things are more interesting than this film. It's gonna be even worse when we're talking about the next one, because it's gonna be like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm traumatized.
Oh, it's a funny film. Genuine. It's a funny film to talk about. Like, it's so much more ludicrous. Like, it's Batman and Robin levels of ludicrous. No, in fact,
No.
I'd say Batman and Robin is better than Wonder Woman 84.
Oh no.
Now that I think about it. Ooh, that's interesting.
Even with the ice puns.
Oh, the ice puns are amazing.
They are,
Ice
yeah.
to see you. What killed the dinosaurs?
Everybody-
The Ice
Yeah.
Age.
Everybody chill.
Everybody chill. Oh, Mr. Freeze deserved an Oscar for that film. Okay, so, once again, inconsistent power levels in Wonder Woman. She is able to enter the smoke and breathe without any issues. It would have been cool if she experimented to see if she can do that to begin with, instead of just running headfirst into the smoke. Because
Yeah.
that's kind of
She
dangerous.
could have died. It could have killed you,
Some
silly lady.
self-preservation instincts would be nice to see from a character. Just saying, it's kind of neat.
The Amazons don't have self-preservation though, because they just run headfirst into bullets.
Literally. It's like they're so desperate to drive themselves into extinction. They've had enough of immortality. Oh my god. This is a much grimmer film than I remember it being. But
I
yes.
think maybe she knew she could run into the smoke, because maybe, you don't know, maybe it's part of the Amazon's training, but because the Amazon presentation was inconsistent and not good enough, we don't know. We never will know.
We'll never know. I'd love that though. It's like they have like
A flash told her beforehand. It was like, wait, it's okay, you can go in.
no, I was just thinking, like, I was about to say they have gas chambers, and I was like, ooh, that has really negative connotations because of the camps where people are taken to concentrate really hard in. And I'm like,
Oh no.
like, imagine if in, like, Paradise Island, Themyscira, whatever you want to call it, they've got, like, gas chambers where, like, all right, your record is 5 minutes, let's try 6 minutes this time around, and they just adapt themselves into gas chambers so that they're ready for World War One. Like, that's just kind of stupid, but I just love it if that was their actual training. How long can you endure a gas chamber? It's like, holy shit! Like this is turning dark. Who knew this film was so dark?
I know, right? Don't let your kids watch it.
Oh my god!
Not because it's bad, not because it's like violent or anything, just because it's bad.
Yeah, your kids deserve better.
Yeah. Let them watch something better.
Yeah, like the original Mulan from '98. That's a good one. You know, empowering, women can do things their own way, men aren't shat on. It's a nice wholesome film where everyone's working together. Because teamwork makes the dream work.
Uh-huh.
Yay.
So, yeah, she comes out of the fog and immediately starts ripping into Chris Pine. And I'm like, but why?
But what did he do?
Yeah, if anything, you stopped his plan from working. Because it was working. And then you walked in and destroyed everything. And now you're blaming him. Because it's weird. It's just... and then Chris Pine just kind of takes it, ignores her, and says just follow the fog. Or follow the smoke. Because that's where Ludendorff is. And then I love how fast it goes from like late afternoon to just pitch black night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that escalated.
Yeah, it's like, I know like sunsets are really, really fast, but holy shit, not this fast.
Yeah, it's like, did you do like what's it? You know where they speed it up.
Oh my god, like in The Witcher 3, where you fast forward through time.
Yes. I was like, did they do that with it?
Or like in Skyrim or something like that. Oh god, like imagine. Oh my god, like exactly where I paused now, by the way, is her tossing a soldier from a tower to his death.
Oh.
Yeah. But I want to save everybody. Sure you do, Diane. Sure you do.
It's like, everyone except the Germans, I guess. Fucking hell.
Fuck the Germans, they can go out the window.
Oh, no wonder Hitler was pissed after World War One.
Yeah, this woman just kept chucking his soldiers out the window.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, imagine if Wonder Woman and her being there in World War One was what inspired Adolf Hitler to start World War Two in this universe.
Oh god.
Oh.
But, holy shit, this sequence lasts a while. Now that I'm looking at the time code.
Is this the one where she just starts beating up Rude? Like,
So,
nah.
before we continue, I need to use the loo, so I shall be back momentarily. Talk amongst yourselves.
I need to as well, so I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Until Amy gets back, I'll keep you company, Ilaria.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
I'll be as quick as I can.
Okay, fantastic. So, Ilaria, how are you enjoying Wonder Woman so far?
Well, Dylan, let me tell you, it's a wonderful film that everyone should watch. I'm going to recommend it to the people on the street tomorrow. I'm just gonna go out and shout.
Just waving a flag.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna order it on Amazon. On Amazon's flag. Like,
Oh.
I wanted the Themyscira flag.
Do we even know if they have a flag?
I will Google it. I'm telling you that.
Oh my god. Like, imagine, like, what's the nearest football team to you, by the way? I'm curious.
Which league?
Well, ideally the Serie A, because I know the Serie A teams, but it can be Serie B or something like that.
Okay, wait a second, because I don't know who is in Serie A.
Okay.
It's not the
I'm
biggest team.
Oh, okay, cool. While you figure that out, Ilaria, I shall go to the loo very quickly.
Team from Verona.
Oh, okay. What's the name of the club?
Verona.
Oh, shit, yeah, of course. Because when you said a team from Verona, I was like, oh, which team?
Because there's two of them. There's two of them.
Okay,
There's-
cool.
There's Chievo Verona and Verona. At least there were two of them, and I'm not sure if Verona is Chievo Verona or if something else.
Fair enough.
Sports teams?
Yeah, football.
Cool. Oh, cool.
No, I was just saying because we were talking about Ilaria promoting Wonder Woman. So when the fans are allowed back in the stadiums again, everyone's got Verona flags, and then there's Ilaria with a Wonder Woman flag going, "Watch Wonder Woman." Right, I shall return momentarily.
Yeah, we were wondering if the Amazons of Themyscira had a flag. But according to Google, I cannot find one.
That's disappointing.
It is very much. Oh no, they do have one.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Google it. Oh, you're gonna share it?
I will share it if I manage to understand how to download it. It's very bad quality, but
Oh, don't worry about it.
okay, if I do this,
No, not Amazon Prime.
Apparently, according to a website called
my.
DC Comics Cinematic Universe.fandom.com, that's the flag.
Wow, it's very colourful.
Yeah, but there's also
Very-
on eBay. Oh no, it's not a flag. The action figures.
Oh. Oh. Oh, this film. Talking about it, it makes me sleepy.
Yeah, because I think
It's
you
so
can.
boring.
Yeah, you can easily take a nap, wake up,
yeah.
and still be like, okay, I get what's going on.
Yeah. I was doing a uni assignment while watching it, and that was more interesting.
And it says a lot about the film.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh.
Set up 2 screens, so I have like one screen for movies, and I'm like, I might as well do some like uni work at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool setup.
Yeah, I mean, if you put on the background a film that's one of those films that even if you lose a little bit of the plot, you're still gonna understand what's going on. Then you
Yeah.
can do all sorts of things. You can go for a coffee, not even inside your house. When they're gonna reopen the world outside our own house, you can go outside, get a coffee, come back, and
I haven't missed anything.
yeah. There's
It will
also
be nice. I'm sorry. You carry on.
Oh,
No,
is that
go
the
on.
flag?
Yeah,
The
that's
flag,
the flag.
is a yep.
It
The
can't.
Amazonian flag, apparently.
I don't
I
know
also
why.
found this flag, but wait, it didn't download it.
I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of the Indonesian flag.
It does a little bit.
Let's see if I can get it up on stream. Boink.
Oh, here it is. I also found this flag. Wait. I don't think it's much of a flag, more of a merch for something else, but it's pretty funny.
Themyscira equestrian team.
That's amazing.
You can order, if you want, you can order an iPhone case, a poster, a beach towel, canvas print, or a wall tapestry of this thing.
Cool. I'll have all of them.
Oh man.
Oh, that's too funny.
Okay, just so that I'm just getting them up on screen so that people can see what we're talking about.
We can see these wonderful flags.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Internet.
So that's the one that kind of reminds me of Indonesia, good people. And if you're interested in the Themyscira equestrian team, well, here you go. You got them as well. And apparently there are phone covers.
Yeah, there is merch of that because apparently it's. Let me find the website again. So if someone is interested, on teespring.com, and it was created by Wonder Woman Fangirl Shirts. There you go.
Well, there you go. Free promotion there.
Yeah, you should contact the hosts of this podcast so you can pay them for the free.
We accept sponsorships, just so you know.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor us, feel free.
Yeah. Oh no, what happened? No. Don't start from the start. Don't start from the start. Where were we? Oh yes, she's about to take on Ludendorff in the tower.
Ooh, Ludendorff.
Yeah, and it's great because he takes the Dr. Hyde potion and just hulks out.
He sniffs some glue.
He sniffs some glue and then just goes off on one. You know what I noticed when I was watching this the other day? It's subtle, but if you really pay attention to his face, they forget to CG some of his face for consistency.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Because it starts off with him having the skeletal effect, and when he dies, he has the skeletal effect, but there are some shots where he doesn't have that effect on his face. It's kind of weird.
Oh, that's a bit strange.
Yeah. Like when she's about to stab him, it's not there, but after she stabs him, it's there. So, visual inconsistencies. Oh my goodness, when you notice them. But it's a relatively easy fight. I expected him to do a little bit more, considering he's coked up.
I thought he died way too easily.
Yeah.
And I saw that coming. I was like, he's gonna die, and it's gonna be like, there's still war. Ta-da!
See, okay, so to go back to the trilogy again, like, imagine if that was the end, and then Diana's just like, no, wait, like, I killed Ares. Why is war still happening? And it's like, oh no, Ares has been dead for a long time. It's just humans are kind of shit sometimes. And then
Cool too.
Steve just goes, look, sometimes people are just bad, but we still got a war to stop, so come on, we kind of need you. And then, boom. Like, that informs her cynical nature in BVS for her to have her rise to hope once again in Justice League. Like, the plan was there. There's an idea of a plan here. They just chose to say fuck it. That's disappointing.
In my opinion, they always choose to say fuck it.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's like, we have a plan, fuck this plan.
Plans are for nerds.
Wing it.
But yes. She kills him. And
So, it's like, well done, Diane. You just murdered a guy.
yeah. Oh, I mean, it's not like it's the first time she did it in this film.
Yeah, and for someone who's very much against
I want to know how many kills she
violence,
gets.
yeah.
How many kills?
Do you know what? Considering, like, it's not even that she doesn't want to kill. It's that she wants the war to end. So she doesn't even specify, oh, I must make sure I don't kill. It's more, I must make sure the war ends. So, if we're going by that stipulation, imagine if the Germans entered Themyscira first. And they're like, okay, we've got this weapon. It'll end the war really fast. And she just goes, alright, I'm in. Imagine if they just gas everyone and the war ends. And she's like, oh, so this is what you meant by the war ending really fast. Like, how much of a different take would that... Like, that would mean that the rest of the DC universe would be different. But, like, theoretically speaking, that could have happened because all she said was, I just want the war to end very quickly. And Ares is the fastest way to do that.
Yeah. That would have been a much different film,
Oh yeah.
but I'm sure if the same people wrote it, then it would have been still boring.
And never mind contradicting this film, it would contradict everything that's come before it. So, I mean, not that there's an issue with that. They don't seem to care anyway. Oh,
Kills 169 people in this movie.
How many?
really?
169. Or is that between both movies? I don't know.
I didn't realize there was an approximated number.
Someone did a kill counter of it on YouTube. Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just this first movie, she kills 169 people.
That's crazy.
That
I
seems a
know.
lot more than I expected.
That's insane. That's a lot of people that have died.
But you know what's really disappointing about this film? When it was coming out, there was this one throwaway line in Batman v Superman where she was like, I have killed things from other worlds before. I was like, ooh, Wonder Woman films are going to be killing things from other worlds. But both films, it's like, oh, she
Just kills people.
technically she fights a god, but that's of this realm, technically. And she fights a rock in the second film, and I'm like, oh, that's not exactly what I had in mind. But, you do you, I guess.
That's interesting, and also it would have been much more interesting to see her fight something from another world.
Yeah, imagine if she fought like something resembling Cthulhu or something like that, and it's like, whoa.
That'd be cool.
Or she fights like a Hydra or something that's just escaped.
Or something Greek mythology related. Hydra being one of them,
Yeah.
I mean,
That would have been
she's
cool,
second-
because
Oh my
Go on,
god,
go on, sorry.
I was going to say, you got to imagine she'd probably do the whole try and chop up the heads because she's naive. Or would they make her know that one?
Okay, so chopping off the head spot from Diana, that's really interesting because, like, a few months ago, I can't remember when exactly, but Zack Snyder put out a picture of what his version of Wonder Woman would have been like, and there was literally her in, like, around this time, but with literal severed heads hanging from her, like, buckle. And I was like, holy shit, where's this Wonder Woman? She seems like a lot more interesting of a character to explore. Which is not something I really say about Zack Snyder characters, but this one time I'm like, yeah, that sounds more interesting. But yeah, like, oh, imagine like if she had to go through like the 7 challenges Hercules had to go through in a film and go through the various iterations of it in like a Wonder Woman-esque way.
That'd be cool.
We're just thinking of... This is just us spitballing, by the way. Oh, like
This is what happens when we watch a movie that's super boring.
we just
We
try
try to make it better.
we try to come up with better films. Oh my god. So she's kind of shell-shocked that the war is still going. And Steve here, the absolute Chad, just goes, bless you.
Bless you. What happened? I don't know. I just.
Chris Pine goes, bless you. I burped.
Then
yeah.
bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I feel very blessed.
Now what I was going to say was, in this moment when he was like, oh, hey, do you know what? Look, at the end of the day, sure, maybe Ares is dead, and maybe humans aren't worth saving, but at the end of the day, I want to save them, and I have to try. And he just goes off without Diana, and I'm like, why? This film should have been like Steve instead of Wonder Woman, because he's much more of a hero in this moment, because he doesn't give a shit about what happens to him. He just wants to end the war, unlike Diana, because she, in this moment, is more of a petulant child.
Yeah, she's like, why didn't I stop it? Doesn't matter why you didn't, just carry on trying to stop it. Go on.
Yeah. And do you know what I just realized? Not once in this film has she failed.
Oh yeah, there's that
Yeah.
too. So she's probably like, "Damn it! I always win. What's going on?"
And even here, she took out the leader of the, well, quote unquote, leader of the German army at this point in time, and later on she defeats Ares. So, and even Steve's death was self-sacrifice. So technically, through this entire film, not once has Diana actually failed a task.
Yeah. And I mean, she could have learned so much by failing.
Yeah. I mean, let's go back to Marvel. Hell, okay, forget Marvel. Let's take Alita Battle Angel. Have you guys seen Alita?
I haven't seen
I
it
have
yet,
not.
Oh, let's go back to Marvel then.
but Marvel's probably better.
Like, Iron Man 1, how many times, how many iterations of the suit of failure did he have to go through before
Oh,
it was
quite a
operational?
Quite
You know?
a few.
Like, flying was an achievement. You know, that's how well learned all of the victories in that film are. Whereas here, again, coincidence and the fact that the script is on her side, she hasn't lost once. That's
No.
kind of mind-numbing.
A little bit. It's kind of like it's not really a surprise that she acts like a petulant child. She's never.
Oh, Amy?
Yeah. Oh, hello. Oh no, Discord was
It's
being stupid.
it's no surprise she's a petulant child because
Yeah, because of like the fact that she's not lost. So of course she's gonna behave like that because she's so used to getting her own way, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the more I think about it, the more I'm seeing a lot of similarities to Captain Marvel because she doesn't fail in her film either, and that really annoys
Yeah.
me.
I didn't like Captain Marvel as much as I thought I was going to.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
Same here.
it was a broken film.
It was not like when I was rewatching all the Marvel films. It was not like I fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep watching it.
Oh god, Captain Marvel is a conversation all on its own. Like after looking through Wonder Woman, I'm curious which is the less broken script, this or Captain Marvel. I'm genuinely curious.
I think they're about the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I mean, such great premises, but such poor
Execution.
development. Yeah, execution.
Man, I didn't like starting this out. I didn't think we'd have so much to talk about Wonder Woman Part 1, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither.
Because
I thought it was just gonna be a standard. Yeah, this film's not.
yeah, or even because this is the highest rated one, it'd be like, yeah, it was good, fine, you know, like an hour or two most, and we'll be done with it. Moving on to the actual bad Wonder Woman, it's like watching this again, it's like, holy shit.
Very.
I'd be interested to know what the critics, because I went to read like the reviews of the Hollywood Reporter and that kind of like
They're
important.
incredibly glowing about this film.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, what if they saw it today? Would they change their mind?
I don't know. I don't think so. They very rarely change their mind when it comes to their reviews. They're very, like, I've noticed they're very prideful. For one, and two, Captain Marvel got like a 80 or 90 as well, and that came out much more recently.
Yeah, but they don't have to admit it. That's the thing. They don't have to do anything publicly. I'm just wondering.
Oh, like
Because
in
I changed
private.
my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, like this is me thinking as a gamer, but a lot of the gaming outlets, they give games really positive reviews because they're worried they might get blacklisted and won't get early access. So I'm wondering if that's a possibility as well. Especially when it comes to these big tentpole films, you know, the earlier the access, the earlier the review, which means the more eyes that are on your website, meaning more money for you. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it, but I don't know.
Read you a quote from a review that's just made me like laugh.
Oh my, please do.
In turn, this is from the Roger
Oh, Roger Ebert.
Yeah, this is from that website. in turn, Wonder Woman isn't just a good superhero film, it is a sincerely good film in which no qualifiers are needed.
I think.
Did we watch the same film?
I mean, to go back to like 20 minutes ago, you remember when I was wondering if Batman and Robin is better or not?
That's a 3-star review as well.
Yeah, Roger Ebert goes by 4 stars, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I wonder what the actual Roger Ebert would have to say about this film.
I don't think he'd like it.
He if I remember correctly, he doesn't like a single one of the Friday the 13th films, if I remember correctly.
That's interesting.
Roger Ebert is a fascinating person to look at. But you know what? Holy shit, we're so close to finishing this pile of garbage, so let's just try and make our way through it.
Yeah, no, I just read that quote and I was like, I'm sorry that I have to read that to
No,
you guys.
no, it's fine.
Just hilarious.
Considering the amount of tangents.
While we're off the tangent, I just want to say that every time Steve is mentioned, this pops into my head. I'm uploading something to the chat.
Oh.
I'm happy. It makes you laugh.
Oh my god. I am. Oh my god. I'm putting this on stream if I can. Oh, please tell me, please. Please tell me, please. Yeah. Yeah, please. I love it.
Yeah, like for anyone who doesn't know who that is Nandor from What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show, which is amazing TV show and so fun to watch. And yeah, so Steve, yeah.
Oh,
David would be proud of that reference.
David would be proud of that reference. He loves that TV show.
He does.
Also, assistant David.
Oh my, so both Davids love that show. Waha.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, his expression here is just so I don't give a damn anymore. Let me just send it over to you guys so you can have a look.
Yeah.
Yep, that base pretty much sums up. I'm done. I'm out. I'm yeeting myself out of this movie.
I checked out a while ago. But yeah.
I am done.
Now then, Steve, the good old boy he is, decides to go off and try and stop the war himself. And we get the reveal that Professor Lupin was Ares all along. What a surprise.
I was like, oh, shocking.
What a shock. But
Shocketh.
do you know what I love about the fact that he is Ares? His tash.
Oh yeah. evil mustache right there.
Like the entire time. Like even in the flashbacks when he was like buff god Ares mode, he still had the tash on, and I was like, oh my god, this quaint English gentleman with Arnold Schwarzenegger's body just trying to look hard. I'm like, I can't take you seriously. But do you know what? Like, Ares' motivation is so all over the place because he wants to prove how evil humans are, while he wants to destroy all of humanity, and the way he goes about doing it is by telling humans to do things which he does not want to. I mean, Zeus is dead already, so he's got nothing to prove anymore. And he already knows that they're all evil to begin with, so nothing is really stopping him from annihilating all of humanity. So this is the longest, most drawn out extinction plan in the face of history, I would say.
Yeah, that's very
I mean,
interesting.
it's basically him just going, oh, this world is beautiful, look at nature, humans suck. And I'm like, did this film turn into Fern Gully all of a sudden?
It's one of the more issues of this film.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not even surprised anymore.
Yeah.
And
It's like, oh, they gave the bad guy a dumb reason for hating humanity. Yay!
yeah, it's not even justified, because like that's what he thought to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, he
yeah.
thought humans were garbage, and he was like, oh, they just...
And then he goes off on saying, oh, I am the god of truth. And it's like, no, you're not. You're the god of war. We know this.
You're the god of war, you're the god of people fighting.
Yes, exactly. People
Own
fight. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being the god of war. They're the cool ones.
I mean, Hades is the god of death. You don't see him being
Where
like,
does-
I'm not the god of death, I'm the god of something else.
Do you know
Not the
what?
god of death, sorry, god of underworld.
Now that you bring it up, where the fuck does Hades fit into all of this?
He's just chilling in the underworld, like, I'm not getting involved.
Just chewing popcorn, going, oh my god, what a disaster. Which, to be fair, if I was Hades in this film, that's probably what I would be doing. But yeah, and then he has the ability to control things about the lasso of truth by electrocuting it and showing her visions.
Yeah.
Now this...
Yes.
Oh, go on.
I was just saying,
talking
what's
about-
all that about? Sorry.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, I was done, like, I was just saying, what's all that about, and then I was done.
Now, the Greek mythology that was done in when I was in school was very brief, but I don't remember Ares having that kind of powers. Like he wasn't electrocuting anyone.
Yeah, that was Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus is
So,
the lightning
to-
bro here.
Yeah. I mean, is it implied that he inherited it from his dad? Because Zeus is his dad as well, isn't it? Because he's Diana's brother in this.
Yeah, I mean, then that would mean Diana can use electricity at will as well, which is
yeah.
stacking yet more powers onto her. But I don't know.
His powers are strength and physicality, so where the hell's the lightning coming from?
I don't know. It's never explained in the film at any point, but he can hurl lightning bolts like Zeus. Now, the loosest interpretation I could possibly hope to give is that he absorbed Zeus's power, but that is me speculating off of nothing in this film.
Oh, hang on. I'm reading. He does have electrokinesis,
Okay.
apparently.
Wait, is this in the DC universe or in Greek mythology in general?
This is in mythology in general. That I'm looking up.
Do you know what? Tom actually knows quite a lot about Greek mythology. I'm kind of bummed out he's not here right now.
There we go. Powers and abilities. Highly advanced war manipulation, war inducement, anger manipulation, fear manipulation, combat manipulation, battlefield creation. Highly advanced telekinesis, weapon manipulation, energy manipulation.
That's a lot of stuff.
That is a lot of stuff.
This is a big, massive list of stuff he can do.
Wait.
Power granting.
Just so that we're clear, this is Greek mythology, not DC mythology.
Yeah, it's definitely Greek. It's just
Okay.
Greek. Yeah, it's Greek mythology.
Okay.
So yeah, he's got an awful lot of things. But yeah, one of his powers is, where's it gone? Electrokinesis
Okay.
and energy blasts. So technically he does have those powers, I guess.
Right. So here's something neat that we can do about films. It's nice if we can nerf some characters of their power sometimes.
Yeah.
Because let's even take the Greek mythology aspect out of it. Let's just think of Ares as he's presented in this film. He has the ability to manipulate weapons, machinery, he can fly, lightning bolts, can use the lasso of truth, all this. And Diana is just really strong when she punches things. For all intents and purposes. And he can teleport, by the way. And Ares can teleport. So Diana has no chance of winning this fight. It should be really easy for Ares. But he loses. In the most pitiful way as well.
I have not seen the second film as a whole yet, but does she develop her powers more in the second film?
Okay, right. She develops a power for one scene, which she pulls out of nowhere.
Okay.
Which is never used again. And she learns how to fly.
Oh. Okay.
Which is missing in Justice League, interestingly enough.
It's interesting because the thing was with Ares having all these powers, I was wondering maybe that. What, sorry?
I was gonna say, he's ridiculously overpowered, and even in the DC, which I've just read, he still has all these fucking powers. Overpowered dude.
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing I was wondering was maybe if she has the potential to these powers, but she doesn't know she has the potential to these powers yet. So that could be a reason why she seems so underpowered.
But then,
because she doesn't know. Yeah.
Then you gotta realize, like, for 500 odd years, what the fuck were the Amazonians doing teaching her?
Well, for a while they weren't, and then because she was a kid, she looked like as if she was what 8, 9, but in real life, I think she was what 1,000.
I know, right? So unless she grows at the pace of baby fucking Yoda, like, if she grows as if she were a normal human being, then she's been training for hundreds of years. What has she been doing?
Reading about sex positions.
Reading about sex, exactly. I mean, to be fair, if those were my options, fighting and reading about sex, I'd be pretty happy with life too. So, yeah, I'm not gonna knock her for that. But New
52, she actually trains with Ares.
Oh yeah, that did happen in New 52. But then again, New 52 is shit, so who cares?
That's fair.
New 52 Wonder Woman's shit. But yeah, like, oh god, I was gonna make a point, but then got completely derailed by sex and fighting.
As you do.
Oh yeah, it's like through the entire film so far, at no point has Diana been corrected on her abilities in terms of form or posture or anything like that. It's always been, you gotta believe in yourself, Diana. And I'm like, that's not how fighting works. The better you are technically, then the more you will believe in yourself naturally by, a process of the more you repeat, the better you get, the better you feel about yourself when you do it. You don't believe in yourself and then end up being really good at it. That's the complete opposite way of doing it. So the film's message of learning is pretty retarded now that I think of, holy shit. Yet another thing to add to the list. That's all you can do at this point. Just my god, we're almost done though. We're almost done.
Nearly.
20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Almost done. 20 minutes left. Oh my god. Okay. So she fights Ares. It's incredibly and because he can use all of these powers, he can teleport, go fast, He can do the Fate Stay Night Gilgamesh trick of launching hundreds of swords at her in one go.
Yeah.
Diana is incredibly outmatched in this fight, but for the most part, it looks like Ares is toying with her more than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's weird how when he's toying with her, he's winning, but when he takes it seriously, he loses.
I'm gonna make another reference here. So Diana is like Washington in the musical Hamilton. She's outmanned, outgunned, outplanned. I don't remember the rest of it.
Yeah, outmanned, outgunned, outplanned. I think that's the correct order. I haven't listened to that song in a while though, so I can't remember for sure.
I have not really got much experience with Hamilton, so I will take your word for it.
Well, that's Diana. That's a nice parallel.
Okay, but even then, it's the concept of, it's the entire armies that are outgunned and outmanned, with George Washington being outplanned. Whereas here, it's more like George Washington versus Hamilton. It's a fist fight. It's like Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman, for all intents and purposes. It's a one-on-one fight. It's not exactly armies here. So I appreciate the reference. I love it when Hamilton comes up, but I think that's giving too much credit here. Invoking Hamilton here is insulting to Hamilton.
Yeah, no, I just brought it up because you said outmanned, and it just popped into my head.
Oh, fair enough. You are welcome. I'm making you think of something better.
Yeah.
Yay.
So yeah, the fight does not go well, and she gets blown up.
Woo!
Oh my god, yeah, it's weird because like she's not impervious to bullets, but she can take the equivalent of like a fucking like a bomb and like 10 grenades to her face and survive.
I'm honestly convinced that they were trying to make her some kind of like take the powers of this superhero and the other superhero and put them all together when they were convenient. Because it's a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of Superman, a bit of the Flash when she needs to be fast. It's a bit of everything.
Yeah, I feel like they're just gonna give her powers to help her when she's stuck.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, for all intents and purposes, she is a less powerful Superman who can't fly. That is what she
Basically.
is. But here, they're so inconsistent. Like, at least Man of Steel was consistent with what Superman can do. That's something. You know? And I argue that Steve's sacrifice in blowing up the plane was completely unwarranted. Because
like, couldn't you just leave the bomb and then jump out?
Yeah, just toss a grenade in there or something. Or hell, if you have to be on it, there's these wonderful things. They're called parachutes. You know?
Yeah.
Like
grab it.
Jump out, or like toss a grenade in and jump out. You know, do something to survive. Maybe he just had enough of Diana. Can't be bothered babysitting her anymore and just thought enough.
No, he's like, I want out of this film. I'm done.
I want out.
Goodbye.
But then, little did he know he was contracted to multiple films.
No,
he was like, God damn it.
Like, damn it, I should have just jumped out.
It's like in Godfather 3 when Michael Corleone was like, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. But yeah, like, all it needed was Diana to just shoulder barge the plane and it would have been fine. And all it was required was a giant explosion. It didn't, like, the flame would have been completely engulfed in flame and nothing would happen. I don't understand this retarded plan and why they did it.
I was very confused. I was like, wait, why did he have to die? Like,
it was the Flash.
What reason? The Flash. I was like, wait, why? But why? I never got an answer. I was just like, okay, I guess he's dead then. I knew he was gonna die because, like, I've watched a couple of videos about how bad Wonder Woman 84 is. It is 84.
Oh, Wonder Woman 84. It's a treat.
Yeah. No, just making sure I got the number right because I was like, is it 84? But yeah, like, and they talk about obviously how he's dead. He's reanimated in a different body. So I was like, well, obviously he dies in the first one. I knew that when I was watching it. But I was just like, why though? This makes no sense to me.
It's for that celestial emotional payoff.
Would have worked if it was a genuine reason.
It would have worked if it made sense, though.
Yeah, like if it was a case of, oh no, the landing gear is broken, so.
No, but even
But
then.
yeah, the plane's going down, so that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like, if he had to be on it for some reason, like, I don't know. Or if he was too high up, so he was like, if I jump out, I'm gonna die anyway.
No, because there's parachutes there.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy who we knocked out just earlier that actually has a parachute on him. I'll see if I can find it on here, but...
Honestly, I thought he was gonna die by being, like, stabbed in the back by Ares or something. That would have made more sense.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking they wrote it starting from the ending. So they needed her to win. It's like, how do we make her win? She is obviously not strong enough at this point. So how do we make her stronger? He has to die, so she will get angry. And that's the thing.
And then she gets her, like, Super Saiyan powerful mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, why? Like I say, if Ares stabbed him or something like that, that would have made more sense and would have been more emotional. But no.
But yeah,
that would make sense.
Genuinely, like, planning from the climax forward, that makes so much sense, though. Like, it's kind of why I was so underwhelmed by this, just to use as an example of why I think that this might actually be the case. Like, Mandalorian, I was so underwhelmed by Luke Skywalker in season 2. And the reason why is because, okay, you've got Luke Skywalker, cool. How does he get there? He got E.T. phoned home by a rock. Okay, so how did they find out about the rock? Ahsoka Tano told him. How did they find her? Bo-Katan told him. Okay, how do they find Bo-Katan? A frog told him. How do they get to the frog? An ant told him. Okay.
It's just like he spoke to. There's a bunch of people. I just realised what they did to Steve. They woman in the fridge, Tim.
What? I don't understand the reference.
They woman in the you know, like in films where they kill off the female romantic interest to make the other character stronger. They did that with him.
Oh.
Oh.
I've never heard that term before, but it's interesting that it actually has a name.
It's named a woman in the fridge because in the Green Lantern comic, I think it is, his love interest is killed and her head is put in a fridge.
Oh wow!
Holy shit!
And that is why it's then referred to as woman in the fridge. There's a really cool YouTube video by I think the YouTube channel's called The Take. They do a really interesting video about like how it's used in film and stuff like that. So I'll send you a link if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah,
sure.
But it was really interesting because it talks about like obviously where it came from in the comics and then how they use it in films. It's basically a dead love interest, usually a woman, but in this case we have a dead love interest who's a man that's functioning in the same way, and I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty common trope in a lot of films, so yeah, it's really interesting that that's what it's actually called. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, she goes Super Saiyan, and you know what? The first thing she does is she beats up the 16-year-old recruits.
Yeah.
And good God, even when I watched this in the cinema, I was wondering how fucking bad does this scene look? Like, the compositing sucks. The CGI sucks. Her movement sucks. In short, this scene sucks.
Honestly, I remember vividly when this scene was going on, I was texting because I was like, I'm just gonna reply to some messages here because this is boring. So I wasn't looking at the screen, so I can't say yeah, but I trust you.
Oh, I mean, you feel free to watch this stream. All of it's up there. I mean, in intervals, of course, for copyrightisms. But see, it's funny where it's paused. This was my face when I was watching it for the first time, and the subsequent times since. Like, that was just my literal face. But yeah, my god, like, that was... Like, considering we've gotten, like, Days of Future Past and how fast motion can work in film, like, I was appalled by the standard of integration of speed in this scene. I was actually flabbergasted. And the worst thing of all is that she just demolished a troop of people who were, again, let's be clear, probably kids at this point, because she was so pissed off about the fact that, you know, her dildo died in the air. And where she draws the line is the woman who actively revels in destruction.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, nope, never mind.
Like, that's where she draws the line. The innocent people who are actually being told what to do, and by her own accord is probably being influenced by Ares, they gotta go. But the woman who is actively trying to figure out ways in order to kill people in the most horrific way possible, nah, that's where you draw the line. I mean, that's the equivalent of, like, the Allied armies carpet bombing Berlin, but saying, nah, killing Hitler's a bit too far.
Yeah.
Wow.
At this point, it's just wow with this film.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
93 rating on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way.
Yeah. The thing is, I read on many places, and I think in some way I get it, and it's what I thought the first time I watched the film, that the message of this whole ending thing, when she gets angry and then eventually she wins the fight, is that the message they wanted to get through is the power of losing someone you love is powerful enough to make you stronger and make you win. And I get it, but I don't think they executed it right.
Yeah.
No,
I
mean, it's incredibly blatant in their presentation, but they didn't earn it. That's the issue.
This also makes me angry, though, because it implies that grief is always just like, you're angry, so it helps you, like, be stronger. Sometimes grief is super debilitating, and you might actually be worse off for it.
There is a really nice quote about grief that I love. I never remember who it is by, but it says, grief is nothing but love that has got nowhere to go.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a nice quote.
Yeah.
Where's that from? I know that.
I never remember where it is from.
Jamie Anderson, from author of Doctor Who.
That's interesting, because I don't watch Doctor Who.
Neither do I. Am I?
Neither do I, like, as much.
Is it the same Doctor Who? No, Miss. Grief, I've learned, is really just love. It is all the love you want to give, but cannot. All that unspent love gathers up in the corners of your eyes, the lump in your throat, and in that hollow part of your chest. Grief is just love with no place to go. Jamie Anderson. He is a Doctor Who author. I'm assuming he. Interesting.
Maybe. I have no idea. I just think it's a really nice quote about grief.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Sweet. But yes, conversely, what I thought of was Frankie Goes to Hollywood, The Power of Love. And it's like the moment Dana said, I believe in love, I just heard in my head, the power of love. And then it's like she believes in love and promptly just uses lightning to carve a hole in Ares' chest.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. I was just,
Me feel.
it was incredible how oh.
Like, I love you so much. Stop.
And do you know what? She's flying in this one technically because she's in the air for a very long time, and Ares, we know, can teleport. So I don't understand. Like, much like Steve Rogers, like Steve Trevor, yes. Much like Steve Trevor, I reckon Ares just wanted out of this film as soon as possible. So I reckon he just let Diana have an easy out.
Like, go on then. I'm done. Bye.
Oh.
It also reminds me of another quote.
Oh my, do tell.
Very, very like going back to the word of Rome, ancient Rome.
Okay.
The fact that love wins it all. It's the Latin phrase "omnia vincit amor," which means love wins it all. Like love conquers it all.
Okay.
Very cool.
Or sometimes the sentence is turned around and it's amor vincit omnia. Depends how you want to say it, but that's the meaning.
I'll just stick to love conquers all. I can pronounce it. I really like Roman history. One of my favorite stories is the origins of Rome, or the folktale of how it came about with Romulus and Remus and how they were raised by wolves and stuff like that. Those are really interesting stories to learn about.
A TV show about it.
Really?
Yeah. It's called... Wait, let me tell you. It's called Romulus. Romulus. And it's created by a guy called Matteo Rovere, who's a very interesting guy in the Italian cinema panorama. He made some very interesting films. So I haven't seen it yet, but it's
very
supposed to be
recent.
good. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, it just came out last year.
Yeah. It's like very, very recent.
Oh, neat.
Oh my god, timing.
And he did a film as well on Rome and about Romulus and Remus, which is called The First King.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
IMDb page. Yeah, cool.
Nice. Well,
Very
I know
cool.
what I'm going to be watching once the DC films are done. Sweet.
And then there's another show about Rome that Assistant David, keeps recommending me, but I never remember the title. It's something. I think maybe it's called Rome.
Oh, I know the Western show Rome. I think it's got Kieran Hines in it as one of the characters.
Probably. It's on HBO. So
Oh yeah, it is. It is the Rome I'm thinking of. Yeah. I watched a few episodes of that way back in the day when it was first airing. I enjoyed it for when I think it's been a while.
Oh, there's Kevin McKidd in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, I forgot he was in the Percy Jackson movie.
he's in the Percy Jackson movies.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
He's Poseidon in that movie.
To me, it's just Owen Hunt. That's
Same.
But
And I saw like Percy Jackson way before I ever watched Grey's Anatomy, but it's still just like that's the character he is to me.
But interestingly, in the TV show Rome, Kieran Hines, who played Julius Caesar, also played Steppenwolf on Justice League.
Oh,
So there's a link there. Not a good one, but hey, it's a link.
yeah.
Right, we're almost there. 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
But so after killing Ares, I think this is probably, in retrospect, one of the most insulting things you could have done in this film. The sun rises and the war is over with everyone hugging each other.
Yeah. It reminded me of a Coca-Cola commercial.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was just me seeing the Oasis singing in the background.
That would have been better. In fact, I'd say Oasis singing in the background is probably the only thing missing from this scene. Because, good God, what a... Like, this entire film was, oh, Diana come to terms with the real world and getting rid of her naivety. What a fucking naive ending to this film.
Yeah. Naivety bad, but here's some more naivety.
Oh. But, yeah, not much else happens in the rest of this film. They're back in London, the war is over, they're all celebrating, Steve's dead, for now.
They look at the picture.
They look at the picture, and then we're back
Which, by
in...
the way,
Sorry?
that picture of Steve in London, when they look at the... There are all the pictures of the fallen ones, and there's the picture of Steve. That doesn't look like the actor at all.
No, it looks kind of blurry too, that's what I thought.
Oh my god, imagine if that was like a reshoot day and they didn't have Chris Pine for that day, and they're
Yeah.
like, okay, you look like him, come on.
You come here, you be in the picture.
It'll be black and white and blurry, no one will notice. Oh my god, yeah. Anyway, she's back in modern day times, and
Looking at the picture.
there's sirens going on, and she goes out to fight. And you know what? When I was watching this, I was like, this looks like a reused shot when she's jumping off of the roof. And
Yeah.
then what it reminded me of, her movements and how she was filmed, her body positioning in particular, it was very much the exact same movements she did when she destroyed the church.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
Oh,
it did look like that actually.
I'm sure it's reused footage, and that is hilarious.
that'd be fun.
Because the only thing that is missing is the shield, and that can be added or removed in post if you really, really, really wanted to. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a reused shot in a $150 million film.
Yeah.
But then we get to the best part about the film, the animated end credit sequence.
Yeah.
You know, it's
You
the
did it. You did it. No more Wonder Woman, except, oh no, 84.
yeah, Wonder Woman 80. So this video is going to be coming out tomorrow as of the time of recording. So I have like 2 or 3 days to rewatch Wonder Woman 84, which is going to be fun.
Do I have to?
I mean, it would help. You'd know, you'd know what to
Sit
talk
there like,
about.
I hate it.
I
I
hate
hate
it. It's
Oh,
like
you hated that bit too, and you're like, did you even watch it? No, but I hated it.
no, but listening to you makes me hate it. It's like, oh Jesus. But
I'll watch it.
it's
I'm not gonna like it.
I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. But yes, and that is Wonder Woman 2017.
We did it.
So, compared to how you were after you watched the film and how you are now, what are your thoughts on it, you two?
I hate it more, and I didn't think that was possible. Like, after I watched it, I was like, I'm indifferent to you, you're a film. Now that I talked about it, I'm like, no, I actively don't like this movie and never want to talk about it or look at it again. If anybody talks to me about Wonder Woman, I'm just gonna be like, shut up and don't talk to me.
Oh
No, I'm
Jesus,
kidding.
I'm so
If you like
sorry.
this movie, if you like this movie, that's fine. It's allowed. I really don't like this movie though, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's like you're more than welcome to like it. No objections there. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me it's good though.
Yeah.
And what about you, Ilaria? How do you...
Confused.
Oh, sorry.
I'm very confused how lots of people do like this movie.
I mean, to be fair, like, if you're a... No, I can't even say that because I went to see this with some people from our course and they really loved it, so I don't know. I genuinely do not know.
I don't know.
Because to be fair, at the time, I gave this film a bit of a pass as well, but that's because by that point, it was just after seeing Suicide Squad and BVS, so I'm like, you know what, just makes sense.
Yeah.
So maybe I was in denial, but after so much time has passed, and plus the way I look at film these days has significantly changed. So
Yeah. I definitely have like a more, I don't know. It's harder for me to completely enjoy a film nowadays because of noticing the bad stuff in them sometimes. It depends on what it is, but in this case, it didn't make me. I didn't hate it while I was watching it, but I wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this again. I was like, eh. And then talking about it made me just actively dislike it. So
you are welcome.
thank you for ruining my day. I'm just kidding.
And Ilaria,
No, I don't know
oops.
what it is. I'm sorry, I'm done now.
Oh, okay, cool. And Ilaria, how have your thoughts and feelings changed between watching the film and finishing this conversation, this 7-hour conversation?
I am okay. So I still enjoy the film, and I probably, if it happens, I will watch it again. Maybe not like voluntarily, but but if it happens, I will watch it again, and I understand why some people might like it and find it empowering. But I cannot, like, if someone asks me, would you recommend this film? I would say, well, it depends.
Yeah.
Because if they're in for it, they just want something fun that they're going to watch because they don't know what to do, and they want something that's not a film where you have to think, then go for it. But if they want something that they want an honest recommendation from me of a very good film, this is not what I'm going to recommend.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, it's not. I don't see it as a good film. There are a lot of issues and a lot of plot holes that you could fill the whole ocean. But yeah, I don't know. A part of me actually would like to see it again, just to see if now having talked about this with someone and not just only in my head that I want to see if I can tolerate watching this film again. Because, once you're conscious and somebody else shares your viewpoint and and you're not just crazy, then it changes the way you look at something. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I'm curious about this, but I will not watch it tomorrow, for sure.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But what I find really interesting is that when I watched it, there were a few girls that we went to see it with, and they felt really empowered. So I guess a question I would pose to you two is, if a woman did come away with this film having felt empowered to be women, despite the quality of the film, if that was the primary intention of it, would you consider the film a success, despite its multitude of flaws?
I don't know, because empowerment is interesting because different things to different people can feel empowering. So I am not too sure. I'm not sure. I would say, I guess, for anyone who came away from it feeling empowered, then yeah, it worked for them, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a success. It just means it worked for that person. That's kind of what I would say. I don't think I'm explaining myself very well.
Well, I would agree with Amy in the fact that different things are empowering to different people. So I have no doubt that this film was empowering for a lot of people. For what I am concerned, it was only the line about men are for procreation, pleasure, you can do pleasure on your own, something like that. But definitely I think it's a success in the fact that little girls at that point could have a superhero that was a woman, and it was very, I think it was very important at the time, because she was the main character in the film, with all the flaws and everything. But if you look at it from the eyes of a 7-year-old, that's amazing, because they don't care much about plot. So that's definitely a success, the fact that there was a role model for little girls.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to pose that question to the two of you because I was just really interested in hearing the female perspective of it. Because, it may be shocking for you to know, but I am not a woman. I know it's shocking, but so yeah, I was just really interested in getting the two of your perspectives on this particular question, because I don't know the answer to that personally. So yeah, cool. So, sorry.
It is very interesting that some people felt empowered with it and some people didn't. I mean, I get what they were trying to do, but I personally didn't really. Yeah. Just kind of
Amy, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Oh no!
Oh no, I clicked the wrong button. Hang on. Can you say that again?
It's okay. Yeah, I was just saying, I think it's interesting because I didn't particularly come away being like, yeah, empowered, but I am glad little girls have that kind of icon to look up to.
Sweet. So what I'm gathering from this conversation is that neither of you are going to be watching this film anytime soon.
Definitely not. I have to get through the other one, so maybe in a few years I'll rewatch it and see how I feel then.
Well, that's one way of finding it out. But Any final thoughts about the film before we call it a night?
No, I think I pretty much covered everything. I didn't like it.
Ilaria?
Watch it, don't watch it, it's up to you. If you got to this point of the podcast, you'll get a pretty nice idea of what we think is wrong with it, and what we think is right, which is the credit scene.
Yeah.
So, as of now, you should have a kind of informed opinion about what to expect. So if you're gonna decide to watch it, enjoy it. Don't go in with already a closed mind that says, "Oh, this is gonna be shit," unless you want to watch a film that's shit. And just watch it, enjoy it, have fun.
Yeah. If you don't think about it too much, if you don't focus in on the plot holes or anything and just go in and just kind of ignore them, then yeah, have fun with it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if you who are watching or listening to us at this point in time, if you're a person who does like Wonder Woman and you're still watching us and listening to us, then that's fantastic, because not everyone can do that. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to go into something where people have the complete opposite opinion that you have, regardless of. And if you're able to take it, and maybe we missed something. I'm pretty confident in our perspective, but I'm open to being proven wrong. Like, that may make me sound arrogant, but you need to have some arrogance if you're going to be in this line of work, so make of that what you will. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, if you value your brain cells, don't watch this film. But if you are wanting something in the background, something flashy, something pretty with loads of noise in a party or something like that, yeah, sure, put it on, get some drinks going, It can be a great drinking game.
Indeed.
Yeah, just don't drink every time she kills someone, because you'll be drinking 169 times.
Your liver might not make it.
And you will die.
But yeah, I think we have come to a nice conclusion to this part. We've spoken more about Wonder Woman than we have Blind Manor. Think about that. Nearly 7 hours.
Oh,
shocking.
My God, like, if this is what all of the DC films are going to be like, oh, Jesus, we may need a rotation system going.
We may do. You may have to cut me off when we get to Batman vs Superman, because I probably won't shut up.
Oh, it'll be fine. Like I said, I've got loads of issues with that film as well. It's just a matter of, you hate it, I love it, but I'm pretty sure we'll all have the same issues, so
yeah,
it'll be fine. That being said, before we say ta-da cheerio, Ilaria, where can the good people find you?
Oh, they can find me on Instagram at shootingbears_production or productions. Now I'm too sleepy to understand if to remember if there is an S at the end or not. But you will find the information in the doobly-doo underneath the video.
Yes, you shall. Thank you everyone for watching up until this point. You have done a great service to mankind, I will tell you that much. If I ever meet you, I'll give you a crisp high five. And
they are the real superheroes here.
They are the real superheroes here, tolerating us for 6.5 hours, 7 hours nearly, talking about a film. So make of that what you will. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening, and thank you both of you for joining me in this endeavor. And so
you're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, Ilaria, of course. So cheerio everyone, goodbye.
Bye-bye now.